or CATA by September 2nd. If you already submitted your FAFSA but only listed four-year colleges, that's okay. Just update your application to include the community college of your choice. Keep your college dreams alive and enroll now at icangotocollege.com.
Thank you guys for painting such a beautiful picture, man. I was able to watch that game in my hand.
Loose on the track.
LA, we've been dominating this game a while.
Big brother energy.
When you want to talk Los Angeles sports,
LA is lucky to have AM 570.
you come here. From Dan Patrick and Colin Cowherd
Legends of the game in every way possible.
to Rogan and Rodney and Petros and Money.
Who is going to compete with that?
You keep this going with your passion.
This city is different.
Nobody does LA sports
It's Los Angeles.
like AM 570.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
Back to the Galpin Motors broadcast.
It's the Dodgers and Brewers playing the final game of this three-game series, and the Dodgers need a win to avoid a sweep. Hi, everybody. Alongside James Loney, I am Stephen Nelson. And wherever you may be, and however you may be listening, we welcome you back to Dodger Stadium. The sun shining down on this Sunday afternoon. Clayton Kershaw has taken the mound to begin his warm-up tosses. Starting lineup for the Dodgers, Mookie Betts back in the leadoff spot for the first time since June 16th, 2024. Shohei Ohtani will bat second as the DH. Teoscar Hernandez will bat third in right field. Freddie Freeman cleans up at first base. Tommy Edman will bat fifth at the hot corner. Miguel Rojas starting in the sixth hole at second base. In the final three, Andy Pajas in center field, Esteury Ruiz in left, and Dalton Rushing doing the catching. The Milwaukee Brewers, they have won 9 consecutive games, trying to become the first team in the National League this year to win at least 10 straight games. James Loney, simply put, the Brewers have been a buzzsaw.
Yeah, they definitely have. You know, I want to see Clayton Kershaw attack these guys on the outside corner to start out and then pound them in with that slider, because this team we saw the last couple days, they'll take it the other way. They'll take their base hits. So obviously, you know, pitchers are going to pitch to the outside corner. But I want to see him mix it up on these guys. Don't let these guys get comfortable. A lot of times you'll give them hits the other way. I want to see him mix it up and give his defense a chance.
For Kershaw, it is start number 11 this season and the 440th start of his career. He suffered his first loss of 2025 his last time out, but it wasn't necessarily his fault. It was on the road against these Brewers in Milwaukee on the 8th of the month. 6 innings, just 2 earned runs, 6 hits, a walk, a home run. He struck out 3 through 85 pitchers. And then it was a trip to Atlanta for his 11th All-Star game. A Legends selection of the commissioner, Rob Manfred. He faced two batters, got them both out. One, some hard contact from the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, but it was caught in left field, and then he struck out Vladimir Guerrero Jr. They'll welcome the young right fielder Jackson Churio to the plate. The right-handed hitter leading off, and Kershaw's into his windup. And his first pitch is popped high in the air to left field. Playable for Ruiz. He's camped out underneath it, well in front of the warning track. One pitch, one out for Kershaw in the first.
Yeah, great job. Set the tone right there. Little pitch in off the corner, 88. And he doesn't care who's hitting. He's like, you know what, I'm coming right after you. First pitch, put the ball in play. That's going to keep me out here to get the bullpen some rest.
Well, Kershaw on the mound, you know you start on time. 10 minutes past the hour, 77 degrees, today's time and temp. Brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, William Contreras is the DH today. Caught the first couple of games. He takes the first pitch strike from Kershaw. Contreras actually has phenomenal numbers in a short sample size against Kershaw. He's 5 for 10 with 3 extra base hits. Kershaw's next pitch stays outside, misses by a foot, 1-1. On a 1-1, Contreras backs up out of the way of a pitch down and inside. Ball 2.
Yeah, I love that he's mixing it up in and out right there. First pitch in, second pitch away, third pitch in. Don't let these guys get comfortable.
On a 2-1, Contreras fouls away a strike to the right side at the field level.
You know, and as a pitcher, you're just relying on that movement. You know you're not going to hit your spot every single time, but if you can have enough movement just to get those missed hits, just like that foul ball we saw.
That's the count even, and now he deals and misses in the dirt with the curveball. Spiking ball 3 and filling the count. Well, the Dodgers calling on Kershaw to end this little 2-game skid post-All-Star break, and the Dodgers have lost 9 of 11 games. Here comes the payoff, and that's hit on the ground through the left side in between Edman and Betts in the 6th hole. It's a 1-out single for Contreras, who is now 6 for 11 in his career against the future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that's baseball right there. We saw Will Smith set up inside with the target. Balls goes right back out over the plate, gives him a chance to get his arm extended, and Kershaw will go back to saying, I just missed my spot right there.
Now it's the right-handed hitting first baseman Andrew Vaughn, hitting .350 in his first 7 games as a Brewer. Watches a first pitch ball just missed the outside corner with the curve.
But when you're hitting .350, you get that first pitch curveball right there at 71. Well, everybody knows.
.350 as a Brewer, but given how much he struggled with the White Sox, his average on the year just .205. 1-0, and that is loped into left field for a base hit down in front of Ruiz. Contreras goes station to station. Back-to-back base hits for the Brewers here in the top of the first with 1 out.
Yeah, and Vaughn's always been a free swinger. He's not afraid to swing the bat. He's in a fastball count right there, gets a little cutter down and in, gets the bat head out there. And he's got new life over here with the Brewers, and they have confidence put him in the top of the lineup.
Yeah. Now, James Loney, you're playing with some fire talking about Kershaw throwing a cutter because Kershaw is adamant that he does not throw a cutter.
Cutter-ish. Cutter-ish. I want him to text me about that one after.
First and second, 1 out for Isaac Collins, elevated to the cleanup spot today as the Brewers have some regulars down. First pitch from Kershaw, bottom of the zone, ball 1. So a tight zone for Kershaw here in the top of the first inning. And Collins, he's 3 for 7 in this series with a couple of walks. He's 7 for 17 against the Dodgers this year. It's a .412 clip. Kershaw's next offering, outer third, strike 1.
Not your typical stature from a cleanup hitter, but this guy can hit. We saw him drive the ball already out of the ballpark. We saw him have some good 2-strike hits. He can do it all.
He's built like a fire hydrant. 5'8", 190. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Good slider down and in from Kershaw. Ball and 2 strikes. Collins took some time. Now he steps back in, holding the bat in his front left hand, twirls it toward Kershaw. It drops the glove down from the sky to his chest. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Hit him with the hammer. Strike 3 on a curveball for Kershaw. Out number 2 of the first.
I love that pitch right there because you're changing speeds. You're bringing that curveball back to low 70s, giving him a different speed to look at. That's what you got to do to these Brewers hitters.
And that's really been the name of the game for Kershaw over the last half decade, really, as he has had to reinvent himself a couple of times. As the fastball velocity dipped down from the upper 90s when he burst onto the scene. He's got to find different ways to get guys out. And he has been the best in the business at run prevention through his career. Strike one on the outside corner to Caleb Durbin. Right-handed hitting third baseman, who's at 264 on the season. He's 3 for 8 in the series. Another one of those Brewers who have crushed the Dodgers this year in the first 5 games. Slider downstairs, 1-1.
Well, you know, when Kershaw first came up, he had that big curveball. He didn't have that devastating slider at the time. He developed that over time. He was throwing hard, but now he's not throwing as hard. So I think that curveball is going to be definitely more impactful for him.
First and second, 2 out, no score in the first. The 1-1 gets a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Kershaw jumps ahead. Sun shining here on this Sunday. A little haze in the sky. San Gabriel's peeking through the mist. The wind's blowing out to center. Kershaw with the 1-2. Poked up the middle and awaiting Rojas at second. Throws to Freddie Freeman in time to get Durbin and the final out of the inning. So the Brewers score no runs at back-to-back one-out base hits.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
Still got some good stuff in there. 6-3 for Quintana on the season. 4-1 for Kersh on the season as well. But hopefully, that goes to 5-1 for Kersh, and the Dodgers get a win. And don't get swept by the Brewers. First pitch coming up after the break.
Let's talk.
Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Get Carl's Jr.'s new Queso Crunch Combo with fries and a frozen drink for just $9.99. Now that's hot. And by Lexus, experience amazing. Here he comes. Clayton Kershaw takes the mound at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers at 58-41, still with the best record in the division, but two teams in the Central have moved past them for the best record in the National League. The Cubs actually now have the best record in baseball, as the Detroit Tigers have gone through a similar drought like the Dodgers. Tigers have lost 6 in a row. And the Cubs, for the first time since the end of their championship season of 2016, pace the majors 59-39 and leading the Red Sox midway through the game at Wrigley Field. Lineup for the Brewers here in the finale. Jackson Chourio slides up and bats leadoff with Bryce Terang, the left-handed batter, getting the day off against Kershaw. William Contreras gets the day off at least behind the plate. He does the DHing, so Christian Yelich will get a day. Andrew Vaughn slides up and bats third. All these guys right there sliding up in the order. Vaughn is third. Collins cleanup for the first time. Durbin fifth for the first time in his career. Monasterio gets his first start of this series. So does Eric Haas doing the catching and hitting ninth. Kershaw against the Brewers in his final start of the first half. Went 6 innings. His last 6 starts, he's got a 2.57 ERA.
He's doing it in a different style, but hopefully plays the role of stopper here again. 22 on the mound. You start feeling good about Kershaw today. And the repertoire, well, it's fastball slider mainly still. Throws an awful lot of sliders to set up the fastball. But the pitch that he really needs, he needs to land the curveball, because that is where he can change speeds and keep the hitter's timing off. And that is key. When your fastball's topping out at 91, you've got an advantage throwing left-handed. You've got an advantage with all the wisdom you have from all the years. But you need an advantage as far as taking the sting out of the bat, and that's the curveball.
Facing a Brewers lineup that scored 8 runs on 13 hits last night. It has averaged more than 6 runs per game the last month. Milwaukee looking for a 10th consecutive win and their first season sweep over the Dodgers ever. Moved into the National League in 1998, and now 28 seasons of head-to-head meetings. They've never swept every game during the regular year. Jackson Chourio climbs in to lead things off. Kershaw winds and throws, and off we go with a fastball and a fly ball to left field for Esteury Ruiz. Takes the sting out of it. 1 pitch and 1 out.
A little easier than the fly out during the All-Star game. This was a little bit more routine for the first out of an outing.
How much fun was that?
It was amazing. I mean, with all the celebrations over this Legends weekend, I got to throw a first pitch out to Kirsch, and that was the first thing we talked about, not the Legends weekend. Man, wasn't that awesome with you being mic'd up and that catch in left field?
William Contreras. They told me about an hour before the game, they're going through the full list of things guys are going to have mic'd, and our producer, Pete Macheska from Jersey, said, we're going to have Kershaw mic. When I said, wait a minute, you're telling me Kershaw's going to wear a mic and an earpiece while he's pitching? He said, yeah, he wants to do it. So he does it, and it just gets that first pitch absolutely smoked. But the diving catch from Kyle Tucker. And Dave Roberts is saying after the game, it was just so cool to see him so happy, see him allowing himself to enjoy it so much.
He's come full circle as far as his camera awareness. He has gone from a guy who, I guess I'll do an interview, and all he did was talk about his teammates, and now he is enjoying it himself and wearing a microphone.
You got the legend selection. He said at first he just wanted to be sure he wasn't taking somebody who was more deserving spot, and once he figured out that wasn't the case, he said by the time I got there, I really did just allow myself to enjoy it, appreciate the honor, being an all-star for the 11th time. Dave Roberts actually had Clayton Kershaw address the National League clubhouse. Contreras grounds one through the left side and a 1-out base hit. And Clayton's message to the team was, don't ever take this for granted. He's been there 11 times. There's only 3 pitchers all time that have been to the All-Star game more. But he said the chance to be in the room with the best players in the game, don't ever lose sight of how cool that is. And the room dead quiet while he talked and delivered that message. 1 on, 1 out. Andrew Vaughn stands in against Kershaw. There's that curve. Didn't quite make it back. Chad Fairchild calling balls and strikes today. Vaughn 1 for 3. Knocked in 2 yesterday. And in 7 games with the Brewers has driven in 12. So he slides up and hits third for the first time. He's got another base hit into left field. And the Brewers have him at first and second here in the first inning.
Stick with the contact, but look for it on the ground, trying to keep him from hitting the ball in the air. He did a nice job on that stroke of getting down underneath that ball, down by the shins.
So now it's Isaac Collins. 2 for 4 with a home run yesterday from the other side of the plate, switch hitter. Above 400 against the Dodgers this year. And so Pat Murphy says, all right, Babe Collins, go up and hit cleanup for the first time in your career. Kershaw gets squeezed here, 412, and on base of 500 against LA in the 5 games.
He is definitely a little smaller guy and a very good low ball hitter.
And a 1-0 from Kershaw, takes a strike. Came up to the big leagues at the end of last season. Didn't do a whole lot. It was just kind of a nondescript September call-up. This year, an important piece, and surprising that he's had to play that role. There's been a bunch of injuries in the outfield. Yelich limited to just DHing, so Collins has needed to be good. One of many guys that stepped up into the biggest role he's ever had in the big leagues and helped the Brewers go on this tear. Rare day off for Yelich.
Sunday day game, you see the alternative lineups a lot of times.
The 1-2 from Kershaw is a curve that gets a swing and a miss for strike 3.
Take it. The slider, the pitch prior, goes to the inside corner. Here, the curve kind of hangs over the outside corner. A lot of times the hitter on the right side sees that spin, expect it to come in towards him, and that one did not. Straight down.
7 of those and jumbo jacks for everybody tomorrow. 2 on, 2 out. Caleb Durbin. Takes a strike on the outside corner. It's another guy that's turned it up against LA. 3 extra base hits this weekend for normally a contact pesky type hitter. Had a home run on Friday night. Had a double yesterday. And hits the highest in the order that he's hit in here in his rookie season, 5th.
He's been doing a good job keeping his hands and his weight back, getting his foot down, and hitting for a lot stronger power than he is normally known for.
Now a 1-1 from Kershaw. Durbin swings and misses. That's only the 5th swing and miss against a Kershaw fastball out of the 100 roughly that he's thrown this year.
Yeah, that's like in his prime right there, except for the number on the radar gun, but that was perfect location.
And it's odd that it comes against this guy who makes as much contact as anybody. Makes contact, but weakly on a curve that was looping away. And at second base, Rojas gobbles it up and throws him out. Kershaw strands 2 in the first. The Dodger batting order, presented by your Southern California helpful Honda dealer, is newsworthy today as Mookie Betts heads up there to lead off the game for the first time this year. Ohtani hits second. Teoscar Hernandez is third. Freddie Freeman clean up. Tommy Edmonds up into the 5 spot. Rojas 6. Pajes, Ruiz, and Dalton Rushing gets his first action of this second half against Jose Quintana. 6 innings, just 1 run against the Dodgers in his last start of the first half. A 2 ERA and 11 regular season starts against the Dodgers in his career. That's top 5 all time against the Dodgers. Starts Mookie Betts with a strike at the knees.
He's going to throw the sinker, especially to the righties, and then he's throwing more sweepers and changeups now compared to his 4-seam fastball and his curveball.
Here's 0-1 pitch. His poke foul, and it's 0-2. That's how he did it last week.
Yeah, against the Dodgers, they got a couple of hits off of his changeup, but all the other pitches, no hits at all. 6 very strong innings against the Dodgers.
They walked 4, but just 2 hits allowed to go to 6-3 on the season. Strikes out Betts on 3 pitches. But didn't even really give us a chance to talk about the change in the lineup here. Dave Roberts is saying prior to yesterday's game, when the news was that Mookie was out of the lineup, no, I don't think moving him down in the order is going to be the answer. It's not going to fix what is ailing him mechanically. And then said what he didn't said, which is I haven't not thought about moving him up. He said for a few weeks he's been considering doing this. Flipping him with Ohtani. Slides down and hits second. And he said the thought is, Dave Roberts said the thought is that maybe it helps him shift his focus a little bit from the mechanics that he's grinding on all day long to just competing and getting on base any way that he can.
I think there's a secondary reason, too, that when Shohei pitches, he doesn't have to rush in off the mound and be the leadoff hitter.
That'll be tomorrow. Next outing for Ohtani as the Twins come in, open up a 3-gamer. Quintana's 0-2 to Shohei is swung on and missed, and 6 pitches, 6 strikes for Quintana.
Keep an eye on an immaculate inning. You're hoping that is not the case for the Dodgers, but it is news. 6 pitches, 6 strikes. The last one, his sweeper. Looks for the chase, and he got it.
Opponent's hitting just 143 against his breaking stuff this year. Teoscar Hernandez, one of the best swings we've seen from him in a while last night, his RBI double. When he's at his best, he hits the ball hard the other way. He looked good.
Yeah, he was not offering it anything on the outer half of the plate at all. Finally got something in the middle, not middle in, but middle, and it was a really good swing. And it was a great at bat. Whether it ended in a hit or an out, it really looked like he was locking in.
You know, it was a good day for the offense. Scored 7 runs. Of course, they had scored 4 runs the first 4 games against Milwaukee. And then exploded for 7 yesterday. Off the end of the bat to center field for Blake Perkins. And a 1-2-3 first for Quintana.
Go to MLBshop.com for the largest and latest selection of jerseys, caps, hoodies, and accessories. Gear up. Game on at MLBshop.com, the official online shop for your Dodgers.
Clayton Kershaw is able to pitch around a pair of first-inning singles, 6, 7, and 8 for Milwaukee here in the second. Blake Perkins takes strike one after showing bunt. Started his season with a bunt hit on Friday night. It's the guy that broke his leg in the first week of spring training during batting practice, fouling a ball off his shin, and didn't make his season debut until Friday. And as if to say this leg is perfectly fine, he laid down a bunt, sprinted down to first. First pitch that he saw. Switch. He's been there to make the play.
He really has. And today, with Clayton throwing the fastball in and the slider down and in to righties, you're going to get some work down there at third base.
Y a tener un
third baseman forever. Before Muncie's injuries, now he's playing his 6th game there. Strike one to the leadoff batter, Jackson Chourio. The lineup turns over for the Brewers. So second time through for Kershaw. Nothing ball game. As a curveball slips out of Kershaw's hands, stays outside. It's 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two.
Yeah, we saw a stat up there. After an 0-1 count, hitters hitting 222. So that just really shows the importance of strike one. Any pitcher listening, watching the game, that's really the most important thing of pitching.
1-2. That's upstairs. Curveball again. Slips away from Kersh. Well, the biggest thing for Kershaw is just getting a win. And he's helped the Dodgers do that so many times throughout his career. Here's his 2-2 to Chourio. Fouled away. And specifically, James, after a loss. So being that stopper, which is the responsibility of an ace, as Kershaw has been for 18 years now. He is 96-43 with a 2.43 ERA after a Dodger loss. Misses low and outside. Full count now on Chourio.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to quantify. You know, does this help him? Is he that bulldog guy? I believe it is. I believe he is. I believe it does help him coming out after a loss. Like, I am going to be that stopper. I know he takes that on personally.
The 3-2. Chourio hits a roller to third. No problems for Tommy Edman. Two-hand scoop off the dirt. Sets his feet and fires to first for out number 2.
Because I think he's one of those pitchers that takes pride in wins as well. I mean, I know the win stat doesn't really reflect how, good or bad a game you had. But I know he's that kind of guy that, hey, I want to give myself a chance to win because we know he is all about winning.
All about the team. 2 outs, bases empty. William Contreras back to the plate. He singled off Kershaw in the first inning. First pitch from Kershaw. Swing and a miss, strike one. Dodger fans, skip the line here at the stadium. Just look around the ballpark for the QR code to scan or order with the Uber Eats app right from your seat or your couch so you can enjoy every pitch, run, and out. 0-1, swung on and fouled back. 2 strikes now on Contreras.
There's a tough hitter he's had trouble with since he's still in the game. I'll bring this up. There's a certain guy hitting 1,000 off him, and he's sitting right next to you.
Oh, no big deal. Put that on the plaque in Cooperstown.
1 for 1.
James Loney, 1 for 1 against Clayton Edward Kershaw. No score, top of the third. 2 outs, nobody on. The ball's 2 strikes on Contreras. Kershaw's 40th pitch of the game is a spiked curveball well in front of the plate. Ball 1. Kershaw will try again. And this time, a hair downstairs, ball 2, and an even count.
Yeah, I don't mind that miss right there. Keep it down there. Contreras is aggressive hitter. Try to give him a ground ball.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Swatted in the air, right center field. Teoscar Hernandez drifts over to his right and makes the grab about 15 feet in front of the warning track for the final out. So Clayton Kershaw with another 3 up, 3 down inning through the third. 2.5 innings gone at Dodger Stadium. We're still scoreless.
LA's best sports talk.
That's a good endorsement there.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Now that baseball season's in full swing, get ready for Major League winning when you join the most generous Players Club in Southern California at Valley View Casino and Hotel. Join and receive over $200 in free instant offers to enjoy at San Diego's favorite casino. Signing up for the Players Club is always quick, easy, and free. So visit valleyviewcasino.com to learn more today. Experience exclusive promotions and special events that elevate your gaming experience. Your next big win is just around the corner at Valley View Casino and Hotel.
The 2025 Ford F-150, California's best-selling truck brand.
Now is the time to get into that Ford you've been eyeing with Ford's summer sales event. Go see your local Southern California Ford dealers and get the hottest deals with zero payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles.
From the F-150 or F-150 electric to the Mustang Mach-E, whatever model you've been looking at is ready for you.
Plus, get a complimentary maintenance plan for 24 months. Go to buyfordnow.com for details.
If you've been injured in an accident, Jacoby & Myers will go to bat for you and fight for the justice you deserve. With over 50 years of experience in the field and the trust of tens of thousands of clients, Jacoby & Myers has the winning record you want on your side. Jacoby & Myers handles every case with the same level of care, and your case matters at Jacoby & Myers, the official law firm of the Los Angeles Dodgers. For a free consultation, call 1-800-5-MILLION today. Jacoby & Myers, let the big league lawyers fight for you.
You're listening to LA Dodgers baseball.
On top of the mountain.
On the world champion LA Dodgers audio network.
At AM PM, when the Dodgers steal a base at home, you score a free hot dog and any 12-ounce Slim Coca-Cola. Redeem your free feast in the AM PM app and let's play ball. AM PM, too much good stuff. Andy Paez had to sprint out to the batter's box with 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. First pitch from Quintana is inside. Is that fouled away?
I think they're saying hit the knob of the bat, possibly.
Okay, so strike one on Paez. He's now just asking for time. He needs it for sure because he barely got out to the box in time.
Why is Andy Paez the type of guy I feel like get hit in the hand but say, you know what, I still want to hit.
Yeah.
I could probably hit a homer.
I'm staying right here. Quintana deals. Upstairs, ball one. It's been 6 up, 6 down for the Dodgers. So a couple perfect innings for the Brewers left-hander. Andy Paez trying to be the first base runner. Here comes a 1-1 in the dirt. No score. Dodgers and Brewers in the final game they'll play this year in the regular season anyway, but these two teams, two of the best in all the National League, they could see each other once again come October. On a 2-1 pitch, Paez loops a base hit down the left field line toward the corner, and the Dodgers do have their first base runner. It's a stand-up double for Andy Paez on the first Dodger hit of the afternoon.
Great at bat right there. Like I said, this is not a guy that's going to overpower Paez. Anything in the middle of the plate, I believe Paez is going to drive. That was in the middle of the plate, a little down. Give credit to Andy right there for elevating it. And we will take that double.
Runner in scoring position for the Dodgers, leading off the bottom of the third. Esteury Ruiz getting a start in the left field today. Right-handed hitter against the lefty Quintana. Corner's ready to crash for the Brewers defense on the infield. He shows bunt, and he whiffed on it. Strike one.
And they got men on second, nobody out, but he could probably even be bunting for a hit right there, trying to push it to second base. You got first baseman way over, beat him back to the base.
Now, Ruiz can run. Everybody knows that. The 0-1 upstairs.
Wouldn't even mind seeing a slash bunt. We don't see that anymore hardly. Show it out there, bring it back.
The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped to the left side. Durbin with a nice pick on a short hop at third. He looks back at Paez, but opts to just take the first out at first base. A productive first out, to be sure, for Ruiz as Paez gets the third with one out.
Yeah, we've seen both sides of the ball from Durbin, defensively, offensively. He's doing a great job. Come to trade deadline, what do the Brewers do? I think he's the guy that stays over there.
Now the last of the order, Dalton Rushing. Infield, the entirety of the infield now comes in for the Brewers. One out, Pages on third, no score. The first pitch from Quintana, and Rushing pulls the hands out of the way of ball one.
That's lefty-lefty, but I like this matchup for Dalton.
Why?
I do like this because I don't think there's anything that can really get him out in the middle of the plate. So, I mean, as a hitter, before 2 strikes, that's what you're looking for.
That's it hard to right field, and Churriel comes in, then has to come back and throw his arm up to make the catch. It's a sacrifice fly for Dalton Rushing, and the Dodgers have the first lead of the ball game 1-0. That ball was smoked.
Yeah, no, that ball was smoked. I said, I think he's the guy that can hit Quintana. That ball's over the middle of the plate. It's down. But, Dalton Rushing's plate discipline, his presence up there, there's nothing that speaks that, the moment's too big for him with a man on third and less than 2 outs. He knows what needs to be done. Get that ball elevated and get that run in.
Really good work from the bottom of the order. Pages leadoff double, productive out from Ruiz, and then a sac fly from Rushing. Now back to Mookie Betts in the leadoff spot with 2 down. Quintana misses way outside ball one. And, Jackson Churriel is lucky that the ball found him. He came in thinking it was going to be a sinking line drive and hung up on him, so he just threw his left glove arm out to the side and made the catch. Quintana's next pitch to Betts is inside ball 2.
Yeah, when you're so athletic like that, you didn't maybe take the best first step or the best route, but then you can make up for it like that, so you actually get credit for making such a good catch.
Mookie 0 for 1. He struck out leading off on 3 pitches. Now in a hitter's count 2-0. And there's a base hit up the middle into left center field. That's going to feel good for Mookie Betts. James Ett snapped an 0 for 13 slide.
Yeah, great job by Mookie right there. You see a lot of Dodger players up on, the dugout step, clapping, cheering. I think even I saw Miggy Rowe wait for the ball, trying to hit the ball just to mess with him. I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like to me.
So he gets on with a 2-out base hit for Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani, like Betts, struck out in the first inning. Back up again in the third, the Dodgers leading 1-0. First pitch from Quintana misses low and inside, ball 1.
They're going to have to be careful. They keep pitching Ohtani in. You miss out over, you put on the inside corner, he will take you deep.
Mookie with a conservative lead. Quintana's 1-0. That's slow toward the dirt, ball 2.
And we talk about great hitters. Obviously, Ohtani's one of the best. And what makes him a great hitter is you scare the pitcher. So now they fall behind 1-0, 2-0. They're going to have to throw a strike eventually. And that's what makes Ohtani such a great player is that plate discipline.
2 balls, no strikes. Quintana out of the stretch. And Ohtani laces it to left field, pushes Collins back toward the wall. It is gone! An opposite field laser beam from Shohei Ohtani, who has gone deep in back-to-back games. A 2-run opposite field home run for Shohei, number 34 on the season. And now the Dodgers lead 3-0.
That's really set up from the first 2 pitches, right? He knows it's 2-0 count. He's got to come to me right here. But you got to give credit to Ohtani for doing it, right? Taking that ball the other way. They're set up. Not a terrible pitch for 2-0, but Ohtani's got the ability to hit the ball out of any ballpark, anytime he wants to.
That just got over the wall in the gate of the Dodger bullpen. It was hit plenty hard enough. You just didn't know if it had the elevation. Shohei's now got 4 home runs his last 8 games. So a 3-0 lead for the Dodgers. Daniels Jewelers is a proud sponsor of the Trip Around the Diamond and your family jeweler since 1948. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball for a free baseball bracelet and $50 off a $99 coupon. It inspired a mound visit for Quintana. Chris Hook, the pitching coach, just went out there. Brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice. Dodgers 3, Brewers 0. 2 outs, base is empty. Teoscar Hernandez up there. First pitch swinging. Pushes it in the air to right field. In front of the warning track, Churriel squeezes the final out of the 3rd inning. But a 3 spot for the Dodgers. A sac fly from Rushing. And a 2-run shot from Ohtani. A 3-0 lead for Clayton Kershaw.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sports.
Now that baseball season's in full swing, get ready for Major League winning when you join the most generous Players Club in Southern California at Valley View Casino and Hotel. Join and receive over $200 in free instant offers to enjoy at San Diego's favorite casino. Signing up for the Players Club is always quick, easy, and free. So visit valleyviewcasino.com to learn more today. Experience exclusive promotions and special events that elevate your gaming experience. Your next big win is just around the corner at Valley View Casino and Hotel.
At Verizon, lock in our low price, plus free roaming included in Mexico. Discover the best carne asada, never miss a text from the group chat, and save big with Verizon while you do it. Switch and get 4 lines for just $30 per line. See, just $30 per line per month with unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Plus calls, texts, and data in Mexico included, so you can use your phone sin problema. Stop by your Los Angeles Verizon store today. For unlimited welcome in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Strike 3, and the first Major League strikeout for Roki Sasaki is his fellow countryman Seiya Suzuki.
Be there with the boys in blue at Dodger Stadium on Monday, August 4th versus the St. Louis Cardinals for Roki Sasaki bobblehead night. Be one of the first 40,000 fans in and take home a special Roki Sasaki bobble presented by Inaba. Join us in celebrating the international sensation whose pitching ability has captivated the baseball world. For tickets and information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Vroom, vroom.
From the Galpin Motors broadcast booth.
Streaming right to your mobile device.
LA Dodgers baseball continues on its official home.
Clayton Kershaw takes the bump to the top of the fourth with a lead, 3-0. The Dodgers put a crooked number against the Brewers and Jose Quintana. And the Dodger lefty misses low on Andrew Vaughn. 3, 4, and 5 on the schedule for the Brewers. Vaughn, Collins, and Durbin. The pitch is in there for a strike at the knees.
And we saw Peralta last night get a 4-run lead, got a little wild, gave our hitters opportunity to get hits. I don't think Clayton Kershaw will do that today. His demeanor is to attack hitters. With this lead, he knows a 3-0 lead can give him a W, so look for him to keep attacking the strike zone.
2 balls and a strike now on Vaughn, who's 1 for 1 with a base hit today. Here's the pitch. That's down and in, ball 3. Well, something about the third inning these last couple of nights, James. I mean, last night the Dodgers scored 4 runs in the third. And today, 3 runs in the third. But this time, instead of trying to tie it, they take a lead. On a 3-1 pitch, Vaughn watches ball 4 low. It's a leadoff walk for Kershaw, and that's certainly going to grind 22's gears.
Number 6.
Yeah, you wonder sometimes, too, if pitchers overthink it in a way. They got the lead. They're like, okay, I know I just need to throw a strike here, versus just going back to that natural flow.
Runner on for Isaac Collins here in the top of the 4th. Dodgers up 3-0. Kershaw to Collins. Ball 1 downstairs. That walk to Vaughn snapped a streak that Kershaw had. 8 consecutive Brewers retired prior to that free pass. A ball and no strikes, the pitch. There's a strike. Fastball on the outside, third. 90 miles per hour from Kershaw. It's really funny. He was on the Mike and IFB during the All-Star game with Joe Davis and John Smoltz on the other end. He said, all right, go with some cheese. 90 miles per hour. 1-1. Blocked in the dirt by a rushing, ball 2.
Yeah, he was having fun with that, especially obviously with Joe Davis on there.
Yeah.
And being comfortable. And I'm sure it probably helps him, just relax and loosen up out there. Not that he needs that, but I'm sure it's just, where he wants to give that side to the fans. It's like, hey, this is my mentality. This is what I'm thinking. Like, I think I'm throwing cheese. I want you guys to know about that.
50 pitches now for Kershaw. Still trying to get the first out of the 4th inning. His 2-1. A little nubber to the right side. Freddie Freeman will come down the line, field it, and tag Collins for the first out. Going up to second on the play is Vaughn.
Yeah, good job by Kirsch to come back there in that 2-1 count. You just walked the guy. You hate going back-to-back 3-ball counts. Good weak contact to get right there.
Runner in scoring position for Caleb Durbin with 1 out in the 4th. Join us at Dodger Stadium for Player Rings Night tomorrow. It's Monday against Minnesota. First 40,000 fans in attendance going to take home a special World Champion Player Ring presented by Budweiser. So you can continue to celebrate the 2024 World Series champions. If you want more information or some tickets, go to Dodgers.com/promotions. Mound visit called by Kershaw. Dunn rushing out there. Miguel Rojas running in from second to join them. The Dodgers need a win to avoid a sweep. They also need a win if they want to maintain a 4.5 game lead on the Padres. San Diego beat Washington in D.C. 8-1. The Giants did lose again in Toronto. The Blue Jays won 8-6. Mound visit complete. Kershaw is ready to go. Runner on second, 1 out in the inning. The pitch. It is fly to shallow left center. Andy Pajes has a read, comes in casually and makes the catch. Vaughn can't go anywhere. That's out number 2.
Call that a positive mound visit right there, called by Kershaw. I think, when you got a man in scoring position, you just want to make sure you're on the same page. A lot of times you just leave it up to the catcher to call the pitches, but maybe you don't want to shake off all the time. Maybe you just want to be in your rhythm, call your game, and give him a game plan.
Well, especially if you're Dalton Rushing, right? You're a rookie and you're catching a legend.
Yeah, he's like, Rook, get out here.
Oh, God, hopefully I didn't do anything wrong, sir. Okay, that's not Dalton Rushing personality. First pitch is a curve, and strike 1 to Blake Perkins in the 6th spot of the order. Center fielder is 0 for 1. Grounded out to Mookie Betts, his first trip to the plate. 3-0 Dodgers, top of the 4th. 2 out and a runner on second. Kershaw's next pitch to Perkins is in the dirt, blocked again by Rushing. It's just the second time in the last 12 games that the Dodgers have had a lead of at least 3 runs. Only other time was the final game before the break when they scored 3 runs in extra innings, the 11th to beat San Francisco 5-2. Strike 2 at the knees. Kershaw goes to the heat at 90 miles per hour.
Brought the cheese right there.
That's right.
As he would tell you. Keeping it down right at the knees.
A ball and 2 strikes. Kershaw looks back at Vaughn on second and deals to the righty Perkins, but misses well inside. Infield shifted over to the left for the righty. 2-2. Hit to the left side. Diving stop by Edman. He's up and throwing. Freeman, though, can't make the pick. Skips away, gets into the net. Andrew Vaughn is going to come home and score the very first run of the game for the Brewers. That was very nearly a spectacular inning-ending play. But unfortunately, the throw was wide and low, and Freddie Freeman this time couldn't save it.
Yeah, it was a great play by Tommy to get to his feet. That is a tough pick for Freddie. I know the hop's not as tough for Freddie, but it's the angle that he's trying to scoop that ball out. He's trying to keep his foot on the base. Just a tough play right there.
So it's scored a single, an error on Edman, no RBI, but it is a run for the Brewers. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Tommy Edman, the fact that he made that stop diving, Superman dive to his left, almost. Now Perkins is on second, tying run at the plate with 2 outs in the 4th. Monasterio swings over the top of strike 2. So that leadoff walk does come back to bite Kershaw.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's not going to put blame on Tommy too much there, but he will be thinking about that walk. That's just the kind of pitcher Kershaw is.
The 0-2 is a curve in the dirt, smothered by Rushing. It bounced away from him, but not far enough for Perkins to try and take third base.
I mean, Perkins gets down the line well, so Tommy knew that. And when you're making a sliding play and your eyes are moving around, you can't always tell how far he is down the line. You're just trying to get rid of it quickly, and that probably took something off the throw right there.
Kershaw's still in the driver's seat. The 1-2 swung on and popped in the air. First base side, drifting toward the Brewer dugout. This ball will get just over the net. Ramps down off the, it's like the accessibility elevator next to the Brewer dugout. Remains 1-2. Kershaw now at 61 pitches with 2 gone in the 4th. So his busiest inning so far, at least in terms of pitch count, at 19. Pitch number 20. Will that be the end of it? Another 1-2 to Monasterio. And he takes it to left field. That's down in front of Ruiz. They're going to send the runner, and he's going to score. I don't know if Ruiz thought they were going to send him. Now Rushing has to fire down to second. Not in time to get Monasterio taking an extra base. It's now 3-2 Dodgers.
Yeah, it looked like the throw was a little offline, but I think Ruiz just wanted to make sure he got behind the ball to get a good throw. He's kind of getting his feet right there.
Number 3, Joey Ortiz.
I mean, maybe you want to see a little quicker transfer, but
really it was just aggressiveness from the Brewers, and that's their brand of baseball, right? I mean, Perkins was certainly going. He picked up Jason Lane, the third base coach, who did not hesitate to send him. So back to a 1-run game. 3-2 Dodgers, tying run in scoring position for Joey Ortiz. Strike one called at the top of the zone for Kershaw.
Yeah, as a third base coach, you're trying to make Ruiz throw him out. You're just like, hey, earn your money right here. If you can throw a dime right to the catcher, you'll tip your cap.
So back-to-back run-scoring singles for the Brewers. And now Ortiz, who's 0 for 1, but Ortiz has been swinging the bat better of late after a terrible start to the year. Kershaw misses up and away with a slider, a ball and a strike. Last night it was Ortiz who was the difference in the ball game. It was a late home run, a solo shot with 2 outs in the top of the 8th that made it a 3-run game. Obviously the Dodgers got 2 more home runs in the bottom half. So he was the game-winning swing. And this is laced to right center field, but Andy Pages, he can't make the catch. He was over to his left and seemingly had a read on it, but he couldn't haul it in, and the Brewers have tied it up. So the Dodger defense failing Clayton Kershaw in the top of the 4th inning. Unacceptable, to be frank.
Yeah, just took his eyes off right there. Ball was hit pretty well, but he also had his back turned at a certain angle. He wasn't squared up to it yet. I think he thought he was going to catch that easily. And, yeah, that's a ball we got to have.
That's back-to-back nights, or games, rather, in right center field. So brand new ball game, tied at 3 in the top of the 4th. Go-ahead runner in scoring position.
So when you have your back turned like that at that angle, you're catching the ball almost over your shoulder. When you're squared up to it, you can catch it more out in front.
It was a casual route, right? I mean, it was a well-struck baseball, a line drive to right center, to be sure, James. But Andy Pages was just way too casual about that. Lack of focus, perhaps? I'm not sure.
I mean, the ball's hit really hard, too, so that's just a harder catch at the angle that he had his body at.
Scored a double for Ortiz, his 10th of the year. Now Eric Haas, the number 9 hitter at the plate. Strike one from Kershaw. Maybe Joey Ortiz is related to the official scorer today, giving him a double. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I mean, that's a line out. Yeah. That is a line out every day of the week.
Yeah, he hit it hard, but I guarantee you Andy will tell you he should have caught that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need Andy to tell us that he should have caught that. 3-3 game. Dodgers could not hold the lead. 2 defensive miscues behind Kershaw in this inning, and a lot of extra pitches because of it.
Yeah,
ball in the dirt.
That's where it hurts the most, is when you got extra pitches, especially Kershaw. He's not a guy that's overpowering anyone, so he is relying on the defense to get him out of the inning quicker.
And all of this happening with 2 outs, really. A leadoff walk, then 2 outs, base hit E5, base hit, and quote-unquote double. Swinging a foul ball on a curve. Remains 1-2 for Haas. But the game has been knotted up by Milwaukee. They are not throwing away anything. Not content with just the series win. They've won 9 games in a row. They want to make it 10. Pitch number 70 of the game for Kershaw. A 1-2. Outside by a couple of inches. And the count squares up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a ripple effect too, right? Now you can bring the top of the lineup sooner. All these things can be magnified because of the errors, because of the misplays. And especially with this Brewers team, we've seen them pass the baton and get it done.
Ground ball up the middle. Rojas over to his right. Got it between his legs. Lucky to make that play. He throws to Freddie Freeman for the final out. But the Brewers punch back and tie the game with a 3 spot. They get 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 error, should have been 2. 1 left on base. In the middle of the 4th, we're tied at 3.
Shouldn't I be trusted? When it comes to the Dodgers, LA's trusted source is their official home.
AM 570, LA Sports.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Let's be honest. Relationships shouldn't be this hard. It's time to say goodbye, grass, because you deserve better. Break up with your lawn and upgrade to a beautiful, low-maintenance, California-friendly garden. Go to BeWaterWise.com and start a new relationship that saves you water today. BeWaterWise.com.
Did you know that California offers various programs and services line available 24/7 for those who may need a friendly conversation? Dive into the Aging Resource Guide today at aging.ca.gov and discover the support you need. Because together, we can ensure every older adult in California gets the help they deserve.
Deep to right field. It is into the upper deck.
Back to the boys in blue, the world champion LA Dodgers audio network.
Never gets old.
Shakey's Pizza Parlor, serving up handcrafted pizza, crispy fried chicken, and famous Mojo potatoes for 70 years. 3 in the 3rd for the Dodgers, 3 in the 4th for the Brewers, and so back at square one here. Freddie Freeman leads off for the Dodgers against Jose Quintana, who's in there with a strike. Freeman struck out his first time. That's one of the 3 for Quintana. Struck out 3 of the first 4 hitters of the game. And 0-2.
0-2 in a hurry.
It looks like Freddie's trying to wait on that fastball, taking the other way, just a little late right there.
Freddie struck out in an 8-pitch battle leading off the 2nd. Now an 0-2. Hit in the air, slicing down the left field line. Collins is over, but he runs out of room, and that lands 4 rows back from the wall.
I mean, pitchers got to get tired of Freddie. They know it's the battle. Even though they get him to 2 strikes, they know it's still going to be a battle, and the pitch count is still going to be elevated.
Still 0-2 on Freeman. Quintana into his windup, and the pitch. Just off the plate outside.
It's a good take right there. Really great take. 3 inches off the plate. That's a World Series MVP take.
And a former NL MVP take. Now the 1-2. And Freddie tries to check his swing, and they say he did on the appeal down the 3rd. On a ball low and outside. So an even count, 2-2.
I mean, he's making Quintana work just by going to get the ball right there. Come off the mound, get the ball that got away from the catcher. You know, does he try to come in on him? He's been trying to bust him away a lot, getting him to go the other way. Let's see what he does right here. Probably going to stay away.
10 seconds on the pitch clock. Quintana has just retaken his place on the mound. Now he deals the 2-2 pitch to Freeman, who strikes out swinging. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Dodgers Audio Network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 4th, tied at 3. Quintana to Tommy Edman. He jams him and he pops him up And Quintana's going to field it. Just off the right side of the mound, halfway toward first base. He catches the pop-up and has out number 2.
Yeah, smart play by Quintana right there. As a former first baseman, you're playing back usually with the right-hander hitting. You're going to have to make that catch on the run coming in. Might as well give Quintana the space to be under it where he's not on the run and make that play.
2 outs for Miguel Rojas, who's 0 for 1. First pitch from Quintana is low and ball 1. Dodgers 3, Brewers 3. Series finale. And in this series, it's the Brewers 2 and the Dodgers nothing. On a 1-0 pitch, Rojas holds the trigger on a pitch downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes.
Sometimes pitchers aren't comfortable with that play. They want the fielder to take that from him.
Quintana, he definitely wanted that ball. He was calling emphatically to Andrew Vaughn. Now the 2-0. Rojas turns on it, but hooks it foul down the left field side.
I'd love to see that right there. 2-0 count. Good fastball count. Ball's on the black of the inside corner. It's a tough pitch to keep fair, but that's what you want to do right there. Put some good wood on it. Put it in Quintana's mind that, hey, I'm ready for you 2-0 counts.
There's been an assertiveness in the batter's box from Rojas in the last few weeks. On a 2-1 pitch, he takes up and away. Ball 3.
Well, I remember even last year and the year before when Miggy Rowe really started turning it on as a hitter, he was pulling more balls.
Yeah, last year especially.
Yeah, he was getting the bat head out there. He was had conviction.
3 balls and a strike. And he takes what he thought was ball 4 downstairs. Chad Fairchild gifts Quintana strike 2 and a full count.
So I think that 2-0 swing earned him that 3-1 off-speed pitch right there. He knows he was looking fastball, gets the breaking ball right there. Yeah, it's a little down. I don't mind giving that to the pitcher, but definitely respect.
It was a good pitch. Not criticizing the call. Now the payoff pitch. Rojas hits it on the ground to third. Gobbled up by Durbin. Sets his feet and throws across to Vaughn for the final out. The Dodgers go down in order in the home half of the 4th inning. And it remains a 3-3 ball.
Is presented by Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. San Manuel is now Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Find out more.
Centurio at the plate. 3-3 the score. Kershaw's first pitch of the inning is a strike at the knees. Dodgers had a 3-0 lead after the bottom of the 3rd, but then the Dodgers, because of some defensive miscues in the top of the 4th, coughed that lead up. Now Churio gives one a ride to left center field. Pages running back toward the wall. He leaps and he makes the grab as he crashes into the wall. Oh, that is outstanding work from Andy Pages. Bouncing back from the miscue in the 4th. He makes a highlight in the 5th.
Yeah, that's got to feel great for Andy Pages right there. All his teammates are wondering, okay, what are you going to do next time that happens? Great route right there. Get back to the wall. Concentrating, focusing. I love the effort right there. And Kershaw dropped down right there. Did a little quick pitch on Chourio. Thought he could get something by him.
That's the save of the game, brought to you by Metropolitan Water Districts of Southern California. Say goodbye grass and hello rebates. Visit bwaterwise.com. Strike one to William Contreras with one out and the base is clear.
Well, those are the plays we've seen Andy Pajas make all year and last year. He takes good routes for the most part. He hustles. He wants it. It's more the plays that we expect him to make, right? Some of the plays that look easier that we've seen him mishandle.
Ball and a strike on Contreras, who's reached once today, 1-for-2 effort. Kershaw's slider misses down and in. 2 balls and a strike now. Here comes the 2-1 to Contreras. He has to pull the back foot out of the way of ball 3.
Got him.
Oh, it did hit him. Well, join us for Roki Sasaki Bobblehead Night at Dodger Stadium. That's the 4th of August against St. Louis. The first 40,000 fans are going to get a special Roki Sasaki bobblehead presented by Inaba. If you want tickets and information, Dodgers.com/promotions is the place to go. One on, one out, top of the 5th, tied at 3. Ball in the dirt, blocked by Dalton Rushing. He's been active behind the plate today. Clayton Kershaw's putting the rookie to work.
Yeah, that was a really good block right there. Way to move his feet, anticipate that ball where it's going to be, because hits the dirt. Sometimes it goes sideways. That was really good.
Andrew Vaughn has reached twice today. Base hit, a walk, and a run scored. The pitch up and away. By the way, an official scoring change has been made. Joey Ortiz no longer has a double or an RBI. It's scored E8 on Pajes, as we all thought it should have been in the moment.
I'll go back to that ball rushing blocks, because the casual fan just makes it look easy sometimes, right? That's not an easy play. It's a play they work on, but he knows he's got to run on base.
Kershaw drops the glove down and will throw over to first, and Contreras, his momentum, he wasn't far away from Freddie Freeman, but his momentum was certainly taking him towards second base. And then Kershaw threw over. Got back to the bag in time, reached with the foot, didn't have to slide. Next pitch from Kershaw will be number 80 today. Swing and a miss. Strike one. It was a high slider.
Well, I think that's a better move, too, because, he's probably not stealing, but guess what you do? Maybe you limit his lead now. So maybe you get a ground ball and you get a chance to get him out at second base on a shortened lead, whereas if he had his original lead, maybe he makes it to second on time.
2-1, and that is underneath the glove of a diving Mookie Betts at short into left center field. Ruiz then bobbles it in left. That gives an extra base to Contreras. I'm going to need the Dodger outfield to wake up this series, because this has been brutal. I mean, the lackadaisical approach that we have seen to some baseballs in this series is just absolutely atrocious. Here comes Dave Roberts, and he calls to the bullpen to make a change. You cannot give a team, any team, but especially the Milwaukee Brewers, extra bases, free outs. And that's what the Dodgers have done consistently. Clayton Kershaw is out of the game after 4 1/3 innings. First and third, 1 out in the 5th for the Brewers. Will be right back.
At Verizon, lock in our low price, plus free roaming included in Mexico. Discover the best carne asada, never miss a text from the group chat, and save big with Verizon while you do it. Switch and get 4 lines for
He absolutely erupted, was screaming in the dugout, frustrated with the day. Done after 4 1/3 innings, 3 runs, just 2 earned, 4 hits, a walk, and 2 Ks through 81 pitches. He is on the hook for the 2 runners on first and third. But whatever the final line is for Kershaw, it's not all on him. There have been 2 errors behind him, 3 errors behind him. And given the stretch that the Dodgers have been in, the play that we're seeing from the outfield especially just cannot happen. First and third, 1 out. Isaac Collins, the batter against Alex Vesia, who starts off with a strike on the outer third.
No, I mean, Kershaw did what he needed to do today. No extra base hits given up. I mean, he's making the pitches that he wanted to, kept the ball down, was getting the ground balls. We just got to do a better job.
Now, Alex Vesia going to try and clean things up for the future Hall of Famer and strand these runners that he inherited. Throws over to first. Runs back safely. And I'm don't want to pick on Ruiz too much, but if I see one of my teammates make a misplay because of a lack of focus and some laziness like Andy Pajes did the last inning, I'm going to lock in on every ball hit my way. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 for Vesia against Collins.
Yeah, that ball Ruiz got, he never really got in front of it. He kind of got to the side of it, and I think he's anticipating the throw to third versus just getting in front of it and having that throw to third with your weight coming towards third base versus coming to the side of it.
First and third, 1 out in the 5th. Game tied at 3 on an 0-2 pitch. Collins swings and pops it in the air and is drifting foul out of play toward the Brewer dugout. All right, I'm good now.
You're good?
I'm good now.
You're back?
I look back and I saw Dwayne McDonald, our MVP, kind of
like that,
chocolate.
Steven. I kind of like that, Steven.
I hate bad baseball. I don't like bad baseball.
Well, especially in that way, right?
On an 0-2 pitch from Vesia, Collins pops it up, this time on the infield. Right side at second base, Miguel Rojas fighting the sun. Reaches up for the second out. Contreras thought about running from third. I think he's just more having fun with Rojas. That's out number 2.
Yeah, good pitch by Vesia right there. Collins is tough in those situations with runners in scoring position and less than 2 outs.
1 more out to get in the top of the 5th. Caleb Durbin is the batter.
I'll let everyone know you sat back down.
I did, yeah. It is given how this series in the last couple weeks have gone. I mean,
it accumulates. We saw with Kershaw. That's why he's down there frustrated.
First pitch to Durbin is a slider at the knees. Check swing. It should have been a strike anyway, but they also lose the appeal, so it's a ball.
I guarantee you the frustration is not just with Kershaw's day. It's the lack of the winning. How we've been playing the last few days and just how these runs are scoring.
Vesia deals. That is a high fastball. Check swing from Durbin. Ball 2. I mean, the offense has been non-existent, and then when it shows up, the pitching staff isn't there. It's just one of those stretches. It happens to every team every year. Sometimes multiple times a year.
Yeah.
You can't get on the same page.
But you're human, right? The emotions are going to come out. You're going to get frustrated. You're not going to take it into tomorrow, but that's what's going to come out today. You're going to, Kershaw wears his heart on his sleeve, right? He's worked hard to get back on the field, and he expects to be great, and he expects his teammates to be great.
Swinging a foul ball back. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Alex Vesia trying to keep the game tied. It's 3-3, top of the 5th. Brewers at the corners with 2 out. Vesia sets and fires and misses way outside with a heater. Good work by Rushing. Backhand reach toward the Brewer dugout to keep ball 3 in front of him. Now the count is full.
But you talk about the Dodgers and their culture, right? That's why they have such a winning atmosphere, is because even though these things happen, nothing gets magnified to the degree of, this guy should have did this or this guy should have did that.
Ball 4 low. Durbin tosses the bat and takes his base. The bases now loaded for Milwaukee in the 5th.
and it allows players like young players like Pages Ruiz to know that the Dodgers still have confidence in them to put them back out there.
Alex Vesia wanted that pitch at the knees, who just missed the bottom of the zone. Not a bad pitch, just a really good take by Durbin to work a 2-out walk. So now it's Blake Perkins. 1 for 2 with an RBI base hit. Bases loaded, 2 out. First pitch from Vesia. A fastball in there for a strike.
Good to see Vesia on the attack right there after that walk, getting that fastball. Perkins, making Perkins hit that because he knows Perkins has had that smooth kind of flow to his game this series. Good job by Alex.
Now the 0-1. Outside corner, called a ball. So it's a 1-1 now on Perkins. Ooh, that's a pitch that Vesia and Dalton Rushing wanted, and they deserved. That had every bit of the strike zone. On a 1-1 pitch, Perkins holds up, high fastball. That's a ball. And now advantage to Perkins in the box, 2-1.
Yeah, it's such a big difference. I mean, it's supposed to be 0-2 right now. 1-1 to 0-2 is such a big difference. You can open up the zone a lot better with 0-2 pitches, especially with the stuff Vesia has.
Out of the stretch, the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Went to the fastball at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, because you went from 0-2 to 1-1. Now you went to 2-1. You got to come back with the fastball right there. Luckily Perkins was a little late, didn't hit it. So hopefully he can just finish him off right here.
Dodger Stadium trying to will them through the top of the 5th inning unscathed. Bases loaded, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the number 6 hitter Blake Perkins, who's just playing his 3rd game of the season. On a 2-2 pitch from Vesia, Perkins. Check swing. The Dodgers appeal. But he held up fine, and the count is full again. It's a high fastball, and Perkins did not go around. That was the accurate call at first base by Ben May.
Yeah, good hold by Perkins. All right, everybody in the stadium knows the fastball is coming right here. Vesia's got to take a breath, focus on the target.
Bases loaded, nowhere to put him. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Alex Vesia dialed up the heater to 94 miles per hour. And he leaves the bases loaded and keeps the game tied. Half.
Game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Andy Pages, Esteury Ruiz, and Dalton Rushing. Bottom of the order for the Dodgers coming up in the bottom of the 5th. Tied with the Brewers 3-3. Jose Quintana's first pitch misses outside to Pages, ball 1. Pages is 1 for 1. He doubled and scored in the 3rd. Has an error in center field and a highlight reel catch at the wall in center field. Takes the next offering. It's a strike, evening the count 1-1.
Surprised to see him take that pitch right there. Fastball up and in a 1-0 count. I thought he would get the bat off right there.
The 1-1 pitch. Pages shoots it down the right field side, but it slices into the net foul. The ball and 2 strikes now for Quintana, who's had 54 pitches. Clayton Kershaw out of the game for the Dodgers after 4 1/3. Just 2 earned runs, but 3 runs in total. On a 1-2 pitch, Pages watches a ball in the dirt.
Any positive type of guy, though, makes an error. When he's in that box, I know he's feeling that. I know he wants to do good for the team. I know he's wants to put together a good bat, and he's done that thus far.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Quintana comes set and fires. And misses up and in. Ball 3 and a full count. Andy Pages digs in, twirls the bat twice. And now the payoff pitch is slash foul on the right field side.
They're trying to come in right there. Yeah, ball was away. But that's 2-strike hitting right there, fouling it off. Let's see if he throws that fastball again. Maybe gets a base hit to right field.
Still 3-2 to Pages, leading off the bottom of the 5th, tied at 3. Another 3-2. Pages to the left side of the infield. Scooped up at short by Ortiz. Shuffles and throws to Vaughn. 1 away.
Yeah, hit a spot right there. He threw the same pitch earlier, just a little away where he fouled it off. Got in on him right there.
Second plate appearance for Esteury Ruiz, who's 0 for 1. Made one of the 3 Dodger errors. Just the third 3-error game of the season for the Dodgers. First pitch swinging high in the air, straightaway center field. Perkins at the wall. It is gone! Esteury Ruiz with a tie-breaking blast to dead center field. It's now 4-3 Dodgers on his first Dodger home run.
We talk about Pages making an error, having a good at bat. What about Ruiz making the error, atoning for that error right there with a great swing? And I'm telling you, as a hitter, you make an error, you want to do whatever you can do to put your team back on top. Great extension right there. Way to drive the ball to center field. I'm sure a lot of Dodgers didn't know he had that much pop to center.
Now, 4-3 ball game with Dalton Rushing digging in, takes a ball. Daniels Jewelers, proud sponsor of the trip around the diamond in your family jewelers since 1948. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball for a free baseball bracelet and $50 off a $99 coupon. Swinging at a foul ball, dribbling toward Mookie Betts in the on-deck circle. A ball and a strike for Rushing.
You see Dalton Rushing shaking his head right there. He wants that pitch back and that 1-0 count. He was looking for something to drive and just missed it.
Top of the order lurking here for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 5th. Now ahead by a run. The 1-1 on the way. Rushing chops another one off the plate foul. Last time Esteury Ruiz hit a major league home run April 17th of last year with the A's. He was DFA'd earlier this year by Sacramento. Whatever they're calling themselves, and the Dodgers traded for him.
The green and yellow team.
Yeah, serious. On a 1-2 pitch from Quintana. Rushing sees ball 2 spike in front of the plate.
Rushing's earned a lot of off-speed pitches. I mean, he has the respect of these pitchers. They know he is top prospect. They're not giving in.
Rushing takes the bat off the shoulder, bouncing it off the shoulder as Quintana goes into his windup for the 2-2. Swung on and popped high in the air, third base side. Durbin in foul ground in front of the warning track in front of the Dodger dugout. He has out number 2.
You always hear about catchers not always being the best hitters. Obviously, Will Smith, the best hitting catcher in the game right now. But I have this theory that other catchers don't want catchers to get hits, right? They don't want them to look better than them. They don't want them to make all-star games. So guess what that catcher does? He locks in when that other catcher's up there. It's like, you're not going to be better than me.
See if Mookie Betts got locked in by that third inning single. Back to the plate with 2 outs and the bases empty in the 5th. Ball 1 down and in from Quintana. It was an 0 for 13 stretch before that single from Mookie. A ball and no strikes. Quintana comes home. And Betts watches. Strike 1. Land on the inner third. Mookie Betts elevated to the leadoff spot. Was on the bench yesterday. A mental day. And now back to the spot he has owned for so long in the big leagues. The top spot of the order. Turns on a ball. Hooking down the line. Foul. That was hit well. Got into the first row of the Loge level, but it was left to the pole. But that's the kind of swing Mookie Betts has been searching for.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to pull a ball foul. You know what I mean? Like, that is okay. Knowing what that feels like, you can adjust from that.
Now behind 1-2, the pitch. It's low and outside in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I had a hitting coach one time take me out of early batting practice and said, hey, I just want you to pull foul balls. And I didn't really understand it at the time. I'm like, why would I want to do that? He just wanted me to know that feel of having the bat head out there.
Count squares up 2-2. The pitch from Quintana, and Mookie rolls it to third. Scooped up with the left glove hand by Durbin. Throws with the right to Vaughn in time to get Betts and complete the inning. But Esteury Ruiz in his first Dodger home run helps the Dodgers retake the lead. 4-3 LA going to the 6th.
Web. Find out more at Yamava.com.
Dodgers 4, Brewers 3. Top of the 6th will begin. The bottom of the order for the Brewers. Alex Vesia back to work. Came on and got the final 2 outs of the 5th in relief of Clayton Kershaw. Through 16 pitches to get those 2 outs. There is activity in the Dodger bullpen. It looks like Lou Trevino again. Trevino's pitched in each of the first 2 games of this series. Strike 1 thrown to Monasterio. Second baseman kicking things off. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI base hit. The pitch. That's hit well to left field, hooking toward the pole. It is foul.
Yeah, I think Trevino's getting ready for the top of that order right there with those righties, Churio, Contreras, Vaughn. You know, he's held hitters to under 200 this year against righties. So I think that's probably what Dave Roberts is thinking about if Vesia can't get a 1-2-3 inning right here.
That makes sense, but the 3 days in a row is interesting. The 0-2. Vesia's fastball misses up and away. A ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Monasterio. Vesia's sliders down and in the dirt. Was 3-0 Dodgers, then 3-3, now 4-3, thanks to Esteban Ruiz's first home run in Dodger blue. First home run in more than a year at the major league level. 2-2 pitch, way outside, ball 3, and now a full count. Monasterio.
Yeah, Vessia's just make sure, he falls up to that right side off the mound. He's just got to make sure everything is synced up to where that arm doesn't fly out to the left and he's missing on the outside corner to the righties.
Now to pay things off. Swung on, poked high in the air. Foul territory, first base side. Freddie Freeman along the warning track. Makes the grab. 5 feet away from the net. Was right on the spot for out number 1.
Yeah, as a first baseman right there, you're just taught to find the wall. You're supposed to know exactly where that is, run as fast as you can to the spot. You can come off the wall later if you need to. But a lot of times guys get caught drifting right there and they never get to the wall and they reach for the ball. Freddie's one of the best at that.
Number 8 hitter, the shortstop, Joey Ortiz. He's 0 for 2. Last time up, hit a line drive to right center field. Andy Pajes drifted over and then had a ball clank off his glove, went all the way to the wall. Initially scored an RBI double, then that was changed to an error on Pajes and no ribby for Ortiz, so he's 0 for 2.
Yeah,
behind 0-1 after a foul ball.
Yeah, good pitch right there because, Vesia does love his fastball, but he knows Ortiz likes to swing at that first pitch. I liked how he changed it up right there with an off-speed pitch.
The next pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Celebrate Teoscar Hernandez Tuesday when the Twins are here at 7:10. First 40,000 fans in attendance going to take home Mateo bobblehead presented by Daiso. If you want tickets, go to Dodgers.com/promotions. You can also get some more information there as well. Dodgers on top 4-3. Bases clear, 1 out, top of the 6th. The 1-1 pitch to Ortiz. Just misses low.
Rushing wasn't able to frame that one. I think if he's able to frame that one a little better, stick it, might get the call right there.
Advantage to Ortiz. The 2-1 now. There's a good slider. Taken for strike 2.
Yeah, I like Vesia not giving in right here in the 1-run game, not just laying a fastball down the middle. Respecting Ortiz that he's going to swing the bat. Nice pitch right there.
Now the 2-2 from Vesia. Ortiz swings and pops it back foul over the net behind home plate. Vesia's 28th pitch of his outing today. Another 2-2. It is low, ball 3. Back-to-back full counts here to open the 6th.
So take a breath right here. 3-2 count. Now obviously, you don't want to walk the leadoff guy. Spot your fastball. Trust that you're going to hit your spot.
Yeah, he was able to induce a pop-up Monasterio in a full count. Now trying to get the second out for Ortiz. This is presumably Vesia's last batter. Pitch number 29, a 3-2. Is shot to right field. Teoscar Hernandez on the run. He's not going to get there. It's over his head. 1 hops off the warning track and off the out-of-town scoreboard. Standing up with a double is Ortiz with 1 out in the 6th. That brings Dave Roberts out of the dugout. Calls for Lou Trevino. The Brewers looking to punch back again. The Dodgers scored in the 3rd. The Brewers scored in the 4th. But the Dodgers just took the lead in the 5th. The Brewers trying to tie it in the 6th. A runner on second, 1 out. 4-3 Dodgers. We'll be right back on the World Champion Dodgers Audio Network.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're
Navien, HVAC and water heater products. Lou Trevino has pitched in every single game of this series against the Brewers. Inherits a runner on second. He's the tying run for the Brewers in the top of the sixth. There's one out in the inning. He will face Eric Haas. Haas is 0 for 2 so far today. First time we've seen him this weekend for Milwaukee. Trevino out of the stretch, looks back at Joey Ortiz. Now focuses home on Haas and starts him off with a strike on the outer third.
Yeah, I think Dave Roberts wanted to go to the righty right there just because of runner in scoring position.
Nothing and 1 the count. Trevino sets and comes home. Gets a chopper foul on the third base side, 0-2. I mean, Lou Trevino has basically taken the torch from Luis Garcia in the Dodger bullpen. I mean, the amount that we're seeing Trevino out of the pen, reminiscent of Garcia the first couple months. We've now seen Trevino take the bump 7 times in the last 11 Dodger games.
Yeah, obviously, they like what they're seeing. He's got good stuff. He stays out of the middle of the plate.
His 0-2. Way outside. A breaking ball that hooked well away from Rushing. That was nearly outside the left-handed batter's box. Ball 1.
It comes across his body a little bit. Tough on righties.
Four 3 Dodgers, top of the 6th. Runner on second. 1 out. Now a 1-2. Hit in the left field by Haas, a base hit. Windmill for Ortiz, and the Brewers have retied the game. It's 4-4. A 2-strike RBI base hit for Eric Haas.
Pitch just right over the middle of the plate, hanging. Doesn't usually matter where you hit in the lineup. That pitch is going to hit. He's going to get hit pretty hard, especially with 2 strikes. Probably waiting back, looking for a fastball, just a hanging breaking ball right there.
It's the 9th RBI of the year for Haas. Now he's on first with 1 out. Jackson Chourio, top of the lineup, swings through the first pitch strike. A fastball at 94 with some arm side run from Trevino. But that run is charged to Alex Vesia. And the Dodgers once again cannot hold the lead. That's hit off of Trevino, dribbles to the right side and into right field. Going first to third is Haas. Thumbs up for Trevino. Okay, hit off of his shin, his right leg.
It's a really tough break right there because Miggy Rowe was waiting for that ball. Would have been a double play ball right there. Maybe, Chourio's flying down the line, but I think they definitely had a chance.
So that base hit, first for Chourio today. It extends his hitting streak to 14 games. It's the longest active streak in the National League. Now first and third, 1 out for Milwaukee. William Contreras, the batter.
Look for Chourio to run in one of these pitches.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. At the corners for Milwaukee. Game tied at 4. The 0-1 pitch. Hooks outside from Contreras. 1-1.
I know Contreras' average is not where he wants it to be, but he is still a guy that can take you the other way, especially in this position. Guys with runners in scoring position, he will be patient.
Throw over to first. Tag is late on Chourio. It's really been the bottom of the order that's given the Dodgers fits today. All the activity is basically from 6 on down in the lineup. Two on, 1 out. And a 1-1 pitch. Inside. Ball 2.
Yeah, we saw big hits last night from the bottom of the lineup. These guys continue to put up good at bats, whether it's a hit or not.
Trevino's 2-1. Contreras waves at strike 2. Off speed.
Yeah, good pitch right there. Contreras probably looking for a fastball. Caught him out in front. Let's see if we can finish him off.
Haas on third, Chourio on first. 2-2, Chourio takes off. Contreras swings and fouls it toward the on-deck circle of the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think Chourio right there is waiting for Contreras to get to 2 strikes before he runs. You know, you kind of lure the pitcher to sleep sometimes. If you don't go in the first 4 to 5 pitches, I'm not saying the pitcher forgets about you, but he's definitely locked in on a hitter trying to get that strikeout.
Another 2-2. We'll see if Chourio goes. He does. That's outside. Ball 3, full count. Chourio advances to second.
And especially just made him look bad on the 2-1 off-speed pitch. So Chourio's probably anticipating a breaking ball right there. It's a good count to run in.
Now second and third after the stolen base. The infield comes in for the Dodgers. Second and third, 1 out. Full count for Contreras. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
That's huge right there. Made it look like a strike. Dipped down below the strike zone. Great pitch right there. A little splitty action on it. Contreras did not like it.
One more out to get. Andrew Vaughn. Ball 1 low. Vaughn has looked like a different guy since coming over from the White Sox. Former 3rd overall pick out of Cal. He's 2 for 2 today. 2 base hits, a walk, and a run scored.
He's got those Cal colors back on. Maybe that's why he's doing so well. I don't know.
It's a great point, James Loney. Great point.
It matters.
Feeling better about himself into ditching the White Sox. Upstairs, ball 2.
As many would right now, ditching the White Sox.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But man, Andrew Vaughn has loved facing the Dodgers, that's for sure. 2-0. That just misses the inside corner. Ball 3.
Gotta be careful right here. You know, it's a 3-0 count, base open. I believe Andrew Vaughn does have the green light here.
Second and third, 2 out. He is watching. Strike 1, land at the knee, split the plate. Did Trevino with 95.
That's a good pitch, 3-0. Even if it's in the middle of the plate, it's down. You know, Vaughn's probably looking for something up right there.
Game tied at 4 in the top of the 6th. Brewers trying to take their first lead. The pitch hit on the ground, foul. 3-2 now. We're full.
And a lot of people may say, well, why swing 3-0 right there? Got a base open. You know, Collins on deck, good hitter. Well, he just got a 3-1 off-speed pitch right there. So now he's 3-2, right? So now you're back in battle mode.
Dodger Stadium making some noise for Trevino. His payoff pitch is on the way, and it is low and outside. Ball 4. The bases are loaded for the Brewers. Dave Roberts going to make another change.
Yeah, I don't think Trevino was trying to necessarily walk him there, obviously, but I think he was trying to be careful. He got a base open. You don't want to give him anything too good to hit in that situation.
It'll be Will Klein out of the bullpen. He will come in with the bases loaded. 2 outs in the 6th. The Dodgers
Pizza and a mountain of mojos. Share the good times at Shakey's today.
Change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. 15-minute drive-through oil change with locations all around Southern California. Bases loaded, 2 out, top of the 6th, game tied at 4. Klein to Collins. Strike 1. Top of the zone, inside corner. Collins, a switch hitter, batting from the left side now. He is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, but the Dodgers have seen him be an impact bat this year. 7 for 20 against L.A. Klein's next offering just misses inside. 1-1.
Yeah, they're attacking Collins inside right there. Collins dives across the plate a little bit, tries to get those arms extended. They're trying to tie him up right now.
Klein out of the stretch. Bags loaded behind him. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 99 on the heater from Klein. Brewers tied the game with an RBI base hit from Eric Haas. He's on third. Joey Ortiz was the runner who scored. Now Churrio's on second, and Vaughn is on first. Will Klein needs one more strike to keep this thing tied. His 1-2 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Back to the hard stuff. Again, hitting 99 on the gun.
Yeah, I like it. Came back right with it. Got a swing and miss right before at 99. Might as well see if he can do it and get that swing and miss.
Klein with the ball at the belt. Exhales and deals. And there is a flare right side. Drops down into center field. A base hit. Hotz scores. Churrio follows behind him. The throw to third is in time to get Andrew Vaughn. But the runner did score. It is a 2-out, 2-run RBI base hit for Isaac Collins. And the Brewers have their first lead. It's 6-4 Milwaukee in the middle.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
And that'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
Well, if you look at the infield, they just came out and put, Diamond Dry everywhere except where McKinstry needed it right here.
Wonder when he realized he broke his chain. With an all-star bonus, he can get a new one.
I don't know what is causing this, but we have seen more bats leave players' hands at the plate this year than I ever remember.
Line shot.
Got a chance.
On your official home of Los Angeles Dodgers baseball.
Bottom of the 6th, the Dodgers trail 6-4. Hardworking Chevy Silverado built on a legacy of long-lasting dependability. See your Southern California Chevy dealer today. Go to SoCalChevy.com to do some shopping. Quintana still out there for the Brewers. His first pitch to Ohtani is low, ball 1. The Brewers with their second 3-run inning of the day, and they have their first lead, ahead by 2. A 1-0 to Ohtani. Rolled to the right side. A side saddle play by Vaughn. Underhand flip to Quintana. Out number 1. Lead pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Dodgers Audio Network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
1 out, base is empty in the 6th. Teoscar Hernandez the batter. Let's see if the Dodgers can do what the Brewers have done today, and that's respond. And the Dodgers scored the first 3 runs of the game. The next half inning, the Brewers tied it with 3. The Dodgers jumped ahead with a run in the 5th, and the Brewers not only tied it, but then took the lead in the 6th. Every time the Dodgers have scored, the Brewers score the next half inning. Ball 1 outside on Hernandez.
Yeah, they did it yesterday. When Peralta had the 4-run lead, they responded.
Yeah. It was really the first sign of life we've seen from the Dodger offense in a while. Ball 2 upstairs from Quintana. Yesterday was the first time all month they scored 7 runs. But then they gave up 8. On a 2-0, Hernandez holds the trigger and takes a strike at the knees.
See, I wonder right there, 2-0 count. You're down 2. Quintana wants to keep this lead. I think he's looking fastball right there. I think he should be ready to pull the trigger. Not sure what he was looking for right there.
On a 2-1, waves at a breaking ball, and it's 2-2. I'm 100% with you, James. Given the stretch that Teoscar has been in offensively, if you're not sitting dead red 2-0, and then you think he's going to come back with a heater at 2-1, given Quintana's arsenal, I just think that's a total miscalculation.
And then he gets the off-speed pitch right there on 2-1, and now you're down 2-2.
2-2 pitch. Bouncer off the glove of Quintana, redirects to second. Monasterio fields it nicely and gets to Devon for out number 2. Good focus from the second baseman to stay with that play.
Because I just think in those situations, 2-0, down 2, if he throws you a nasty off-speed pitch, you just either tip your cap or give him a glare, whatever you want to do, right? But
totally,
I don't want to let a fastball go in that situation when Quintana wants to keep the momentum going for his team.
Freddie's 0 for 2. He struck out twice. First pitch from Quintana. He swings and he pops it in the air. Third base side, foul ground. Durbin on the warning track next to the net. He hops into the first row, can't make the catch, and now he is slow to get up. And he jumped onto the table. Okay, now he's off the net and running back into the field to play. That's strike 1 on Freeman.
Yeah, great effort right there by Durbin. Finding the netting, getting up there. His glove actually hits the net first, which, really is why he probably didn't catch that ball if he gets the glove a little higher right there. And the Brewers have definitely fallen in love with this guy.
Quintana's 0-1. And that hits Freddie Freeman. Ooh. And now Freddie is walking toward the Dodger dugout. That hit him. And Freddie walking toward Dave Roberts, being met there by Yosuke Nakajima. And I think Freddie's, is he taking himself out of the game?
Something's not right.
Something's not right. For Freddie Freeman to be hit and walk straight, okay, he's still on the warning track.
I mean, as a hitter, sometimes you know if something is broken or you know if something is not right.
Oh, no. Freddie Freeman is down in the dugout now.
Let's see.
Oh, it hit his back left wrist. Ooh. His back left wrist, a pitch inside, tried to check his swing, could not get out of the way in time. And Freddie Freeman initially did not stay around the batter's box, just started walking toward the dugout. To see that reaction is a massive red flag of concern.
Yeah, you see him start to go into his swing right there. The hand is exposed. The wrist is exposed.
Oh, my gosh. A silence has just fallen across Dodger Stadium as Freddie Freeman has left the game after being hit by a pitch on his back left wrist forearm area. The Dodgers already lost Max Muncy for multiple weeks because of the injury, and Freddie Freeman now is being replaced by Hesung Kim on first. A 2-out hit batter by Jose Quintana.
I mean, he didn't even let the trainer check him out on the field. It wasn't even like, hey, let's go through the test, the mobility test of, is it broken? Is it fractured? Like, can we see how much strength he has? He immediately left the dugout.
Tying run to the plate with Tommy Edman. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-4 Brewers. Ball 1 outside. And so now this is a tough spot for Edman, right? You just see Freddie Freeman leave the game, and you know how tough Freddie is. Last year proved that to you beyond a shadow of a doubt. So you know he's hurt bad for him to take himself out.
I mean, that's how tough he is right there because he didn't even make a face.
Edmund swings through a strike.
I mean, you know it hurt, right? Obviously, it hurt for him to take himself out, but he didn't even grimace. He just casually walked off.
Oh, my gosh. 2 out. Runner on first, Kim. Edmund at the plate. The 1-1 pitch. Runs inside on him. Ball 2.
Didn't even try to jog, nothing.
Advantage Edmund. Here comes the 2-1. And he shoots it foul. It's tailing into the Loge level on the first base side. 2-2 now.
You know what's interesting about that, too, because it's not like you're on a defense yet, so you'd be like, well, can I at least run? Yeah, maybe it's hurt. Who knows? Maybe it's even fractured, but let me go try. He didn't even go try. That's not a good sign.
Pickoff attempt. Kim with a head-first slide safely before Vaughn's tag. Well, look, the Dodgers are being tested this year. For the longest time, it was the pitching staff, and now lately it's been the lineup. Max Muncy and now Freddie Freeman. On a 2-2, Edmund watches, called strike 3 on the inside corner. An excellent pitch from Quintana to get Edmund and strand Kim on first base at the end of 6 full. The Dodgers trail the Brewers 6-4.
LA's best sports star.
That's a good endorsement there.
AM 570.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 Sox right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
Brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. When it's game day, it's group day at Shakey's.com. 6-4 Milwaukee will climb back to the mound. Ball 1 upstairs on Caleb Durbin. Well, the big stories today. Mookie Betts back in the leadoff spot for the first time since he was hit by a pitch last Father's Day. Well, last time Mookie Betts was in the leadoff spot, he was hit by a pitch, broke his hand. Back in the leadoff spot, and then Freddie Freeman gets hit on the wrist and exited the ball game. There's a ball from Klein, a level 1-1 count now on Durbin. Next pitch stays high, ball 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was here for that Mookie Betts injury as well for Father's Day as a fan, and I heard it down there because I'm watching the game down there. And what we just saw, we just talked about this, Stephen. We've never seen a player just walk off without getting checked.
2-2 now.
And that's got to be a bad sign. I mean, only Freddie knows, but he must have heard something, felt something, didn't even want to try to run.
Swinging a foul ball back.
Because he's a great base runner, right? So he's probably at least thinking, hey, I could give my team a chance for me to be a base runner right here. Yeah.
So you just hope for the best. We won't know until after the game, but Dave Roberts is just shaking his head, sitting on the top step of the dugout. Swinging a roller to short. Mookie Betts charges in the glove, throws on the run, and it is in time to get Durbin. Miguel Rojas is now at first base. Ha-Seong Kim is at second. Good work by Mookie Betts there on a roller on the left side of the infield.
Yeah, nice play right there to keep his momentum going, getting rid of it quickly. Some good speed down the first base line. Credit to Miggy Rowe, too. Good stretch out there. matters.
No question. And so now the Dodgers got to chug along and keep this deficit at just 2. 1 out, bases clear in the 7th. Blake Perkins batting, shows bunt. And he definitely went through at strike 1. He tried to pull it back, and the home plate umpire, Chad Fairchild, is saying you definitely offered at it. So it's 0-1. Rojas at first base for the first time since last September. Played 1 inning there. On the 0-1 from Klein, Perkins sees a ball low.
I mean, maybe Freddie knew it hurt so bad, and they'd probably bring Kim in, knowing he's faster. So maybe it's just like, you know what, this might be beneficial. I don't even want to take the time.
Fouled away, strike 2. On a 1-2 pitch, Klein misses inside with a fastball.
It's a good miss right there, right off the inside corner. And we talked about where the umpires set up, but they can call that pitch a little better than the outside pitch because of the angle they have.
Strike 3 call to the knees, 99. Chad Fairchild has an annoying delayed strike 3 call. I mean, it has to be frustrating as a player. It's certainly frustrating as a broadcaster. You don't know if he's going to call a ball or a strike.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna hear the player out of me every once in a while. I'm like, wait, that's definitely a strike.
Yeah, it looked like it, but it's like, okay, he kind of leaned back casually like he was going to wait for a next pitch, and then he signaled strike 3. So that's out number 2 in the 7th. 6-4, the Dodgers trail. Ball 1 upstairs. And the official word from the Dodgers is not going to shock you. Freddie Freeman left the game with a left wrist contusion. Popped up. Shallow right field. Teoscar jogging in, and he will make the catch. And so Klein pitches a 1-2-3, top of the 7th, sends us to the stretch at Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers chasing 2. It's 6-4 Milwaukee.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sports.
Brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Milwaukee going to the bullpen for the first time today. Grant Anderson, a right-hander, replaces Jose Quintana. Lefty with 6 innings, 4 earned runs on 4 hits, including a couple home runs. Didn't walk a Dodger and struck out 5. Strike 1, thrown from Anderson to Rojas. As the Dodgers will send 6, 7, and 8 to the plate in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 6-4. Ball 1 low and away.
Yeah, Anderson dropping down, giving you that 3/4 slash sidearm delivery, sub-3 ERA. Opponents hitting under 200 this year off him.
1-1, Rojas, a little flare to second base. Soft liner into the glove of Monasterio for the first out.
And that's what he gets, from that delivery. He gets that weak contact. Rojas hit it decently on the line, but that exit velocity is not hard enough to get through this infield.
Well, the Dodgers are going to come back. It'll have to be without Freddie Freeman, who was hit by a pitch in the bottom of the sixth, immediately walked off the field. Didn't react much, but the walk-off was certainly concerning. Again, left wrist contusion. Hit by a pitch in his back left wrist. That's his top hand as a hitter. His glove hand in the field. Ball 1 to Andy Pages. Dodgers need to bring the tying run to the plate. He's on deck.
Right there, 1-0. Down 2 runs. I'm looking fastball. Right, you get a fastball right there. You got to unload on that pitch.
And it's called a strike right in the heart. Now it's a bounce to the left side. A short hop pick. It's short by Ortiz, and he throws on the run. Nice play. Now, this is Brewers baseball. The Dodgers have seen it up close and personal twice now these last couple weeks. But they pitch the heck out of the baseball. Timely hits. They have pop. They run the bases. They make every play, seemingly. Hey, this is going to be a tough customer down the stretch and into the postseason for sure.
Yeah, Ortiz looks like a typical shortstop, throwback, old school to me. Can move really well, not the biggest guy in the world, but takes the right angles, sets himself up properly for the throws.
Michael Conforto will pinch hit for Esteury Ruiz. The pitch coming, and Conforto swings and fouls back a fastball. Strike 1.
Good to see that from Michael Conforto off the bench, cold. Sometimes guys want to take a pitch. It's like, be ready to hit. I like to see that. Foul ball straight back. He was right on that pitch.
The 0-1. Conforto swings again. This time he misses. Strike 2.
Earned himself an off-speed pitch right there by the nice swing on the first pitch.
Mm-hmm. Time called to Conforto. The Dodgers trail 6-4, bottom of the 7th. Base is empty, and there are 2 out. On the 0-2, Conforto watches ball 1 up and in. A ball and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Inside again. The Dodgers have gotten nothing today from the middle of the order. From the 3 to 6 spots, 0 for 11 with 3 strikeouts. Only time they reached, Freddie Freeman hit by a pitch, and that knocked Freddie out for the game, and hopefully not much longer than that. 2-2 is low. Conforto has gone from 0-2 to 3-2. This is something he has done well. The hits haven't been there throughout the year, but he has worked deep counts and battled back to give himself a chance to get on base. Tying run on deck. On a 3-2, Conforto shoots one to left center field, but it's run down by Perkins. That's a 1-2-3 7th inning for Grant Anderson out of the bullpen. Keeps the scoreboard 6-4 Milwaukee.
Angeles Dodgers.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the MVP for fun, food, and good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo, celebrating 20 years of good times. Times not so good at Dodger Stadium. Scoreboard 6-4 Milwaukee. Freddie Freeman left the game after being hit by a pitch on his left wrist, and the Dodgers are in danger of suffering their third home sweep of the season. Angels did it. The Astros did it. And now the Brewers are on the verge. Next to James Loney and with our producer and engineer Dwayne McDonald, Stephen Nelson. Privileged to be here at Dodger Stadium, no matter the scoreboard. Anytime we get to be at this ballpark and call it a big league ball game, we're very fortunate. And all the thanks to you for joining us wherever you may be. Kirby Yates into the game. First pitch upstairs. Check swing. He didn't go around. Ball one, Joey Ortiz. The very next pitch. That's on the outer third. 1-1.
Yeah, I like Kirby Yates in this spot right here. He's got that bulldog mentality coming right after you. Can't really afford to walk anybody.
Michael Conforto remains in the game in the left field after pinch hitting for Ruiz. Swing and a miss, strike two on Ortiz.
I think Kirby still has the makeup in him with the art of the fastball. What I mean is still using it effectively, doubling up with it, tripling up with it, not always feeling he has to trick someone, trusting that he's going to hit his location with it.
Pulls the fastball outside by 1.5 feet, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swung on and chopped to third. Edman has it in the glove on a backhand. Throw is low, but Rojas' glove is there. Rojas' first work at first base since last September, and he's looked good. Nice play by Edman as well. One gone in the eighth.
Yeah, and then being an infielder benefits him right there. That's a low throw. You got to get low to get down there. And that's actually a really tough play because you're debating, do you scoop it? Do you try to catch it in the air? Good hands by Miggy Rowe.
Yates gets a swing and a miss. Strike one on Eric Haas, who tied the game at 4. An RBI base hit, part of a 3-run 6th inning. The Brewers fell down 3-0. Didn't care. Scored 3 runs in the 4th. They fell down 4-3 after the 5th. Didn't care. 3 runs to take the lead in the 6th. Another swing and a miss. Strike 2 against Haas, who calls for time.
Yeah, I love it right there. 6 out of the 7 pitches being fastballs. Hey, I know I'm not pumping 99, but guess what? I still trust my 92. I trust my 93. Guys can learn from that just by watching the game.
On an 0-2 pitch, Haas swings and hits a routine fly ball to left center field. Pages holds the glove out in front of the sun to get a read on it, and he makes the catch. Back to the top of the order. 5th time to the plate for Jackson Chourio. Right fielder's 1 for 4 with a base hit, stolen base, and a run scored. He's a hit in each of his last 14 games. Strike one. Brewers have 6 runs on 9 hits. 5 of those 6 runs have come with 2 outs. So the Dodgers can't let up, even though there are 2 outs and the base is empty here in the top of the 8th. Yates' fastball runs a little high. 1-1.
But you see what Kirby's doing, right? Outside fastball, first pitch, second pitch, inside fastball, mixing it up. And that's how you can be really successful with the fastball velocity that he has.
The pitch is coming. Chourio swinging and missing. Strike 2. DL Hall getting hot in the Brewer bullpen. Saw him warming yesterday, but he never came into the game. A ball and 2 strikes. Yates needs 1 more to finish this frame. He sets and fires. And Churio checks his swing on a fastball up and away at 95 from Kirby Yates. That's got to be one of the harder fastballs we've seen Kirby throw this year.
Yeah, humping him right there with 2 strikes. No, Churio's probably in protect mode.
So we'll try again. Called strike 3. Dotted a fastball in the outside corner. It's a 1-2-3-8 for Kirby Yates. Keeps the Dodgers within 2. They trail Milwaukee 6-4. Down.
Audio Network never gets old.
Today's game is brought to you by First 5 California. 1 in 3 children are at risk of toxic stress, but there are things parents can do to help. Learn how to overcome it at first5california.com. Dodgers trying to overcome a 2-run deficit. 6-4 Brewers in the 8th. Dalton Rushing swings at the first pitch and grounds it to short. 1 hopper to Ortiz. Low throw, but no problem for Vaughn. 1 pitch, 1 out for the new pitcher, DL Hall. Turns the lineup over. Here's Mookie Betts. Dodgers now 5 outs away from their first 6-game home losing streak since 2017. And they lost 9 straight here at Dodger Stadium between the 26th of August and the 10th of September that season. It's already weird enough that they've lost 5 in a row at home for the first time since 2018. Fastball low from Hall, ball 1 to Betts.
So if you notice right there, Mookie Betts' bat just kind of dropped to his shoulder. Like, it didn't look like he was in attack mode. It didn't look like he was ready to hit. But you get a first pitch fastball right there, I feel like you got to be ready.
And he swings at a breaker on the outside corner and fouls away strike 1. So we've been mystified a few times today by just the approach up there for the Dodgers hitters. Tying run on deck, Shohei Ohtani. 1 out, nobody on in the 8th. Hall misses outside. 2-1 on Betts.
I mean, nobody hits better with them. It just is what it is. Everybody knows that.
The pitch. Betts takes ball 3 downstairs. All right.
This is the situation we talk about, right? 3-1. Everybody knows a fastball's coming. Not that you have to swing, but just be ready to swing.
And Betts also knows the situation. Down 2. Ohtani's behind him. Trying to get on. 3-1 pitch. Just gets the outside edge. 3-2, filling the count.
A tough pitch right there. I understand taking that one. I mean, maybe you take it the other way, but wasn't in the middle of the plate.
So now Hall, first base side of the rubber. The lefty with the ball at the belt. Exhales, and his payoff pitch is on the way. Mookie swings and pushes one high in the air to center field. Just right of center. Perkins is calling off and making the catch. 2 down in the 8th. Now Shohei Ohtani. Well, since he had a home run in the 3rd, The Dodgers are 1 for their last 15. That one hit was Esteury Ruiz's home run that at the time made it 4-3. But the Dodgers now trail 6-4. Hall deals and misses low and outside. Ball 1 on Ohtani.
I'd love to get Ohtani on right here to give Teo a shot. I think this is a good matchup for Teo.
Hall's next pitch lands at the knees, strike 1, and an even count on Shohei. 6-4 Milwaukee, bottom of the 8th. On a 1-1, Ohtani takes low, ball 2.
Nothing overpowering. The lefty coming in on a righty on Teo. Love to see Shohei extend this inning.
Hall deals. Ohtani takes again. Low, ball 3. 3-1.
He's hearing me. He's hearing me up here.
12th appearance for DL Hall. The 3-1 now to Ohtani. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
But I don't mind that, right? It's aggressive. It's 3-1. That pitch is in the middle of the plate. Swung and missed. Didn't put it in play weakly.
Gave him a slider on 3-1. I think Ohtani was thinking, hey, tying run on deck. He's going to give me a heater. Now the 3-2. That's low, ball 4. Tying run to the plate with Teo.
And that's okay, right? Yeah, you're looking fastball. You got a slider. You swung and missed. That's okay. You're still up to the bat. And what do? You walk right there. So that, to me, that's a productive at bat. That's a good at bat.
Well, we've been saying this throughout the weekend. Pat Murphy is going to make a change. He's going to give Teoscar a chance to face the left-hander. Hall faced the 3 batters, rushing Betts and Ohtani. Called down to the bullpen. And it's Nick Mears, the right-hander, who will come in to face Teoscar Hernandez. The tying run at the plate for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th. Ohtani on first, and the Dodgers trailing 6-4.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepas with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame can tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
Nick Mears pitched yesterday through 7 pitches, struck out 2 Dodgers in his 2/3 of an inning of work. He will face Teoscar Hernandez, who embodies the tying run for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th. Shohei Ohtani on first. Teoscar Hernandez, mired in a 16-game home run drought, is 0 for 3 today. First pitch swinging and missing. That was a big hack, but no contact.
Yeah, we see Mears is 6th in the National League in whip, so he gets a lot of soft contact, but also doesn't walk a lot of guys. That's why he's in this situation.
The right-hander Mears sets and deals his 0-1. Teoscar holds up on a ball down and in. Six to 4, the Dodgers trail. Only 4 more outs to work with. On a 1-1 pitch, Hernandez late on a fastball, falling behind 1-2.
Yeah, I think that stat, whip, walks, hits, per inning pitch is just a big stat, especially as a reliever, because it's showing that, you're attacking the strike zone, but you're in the strike zone, and guys are not barreling you up.
A 1-2. Teoscar swings and fouls it back. In the net to stay alive. That was a fastball at 97 at the tip-top of the zone. So you see Mears trying to change the eye levels.
Yeah. I mean, it's impressive, right? I mean, with the numbers that he has, because he's coming in, he's facing good guys. He's facing the heart of the lineup. He's been high-leverage situations, and you can almost tell he embraces that role.
Another 1-2. And Hernandez with a ground ball. Ortiz over to his left from short. The throw across his body in time gets Hernandez by a step. And so that ends the bottom of the 8th inning. The Dodgers still down by a pair. 6-4 Milwaukee. On to the 9th.
LA's best sports star.
That's a good endorsement there.
Anthony Bonda will take the ball for the top of the 9th inning, sponsored by Cars for Kids. Ready to donate your old car? Call 1-877 Cars for Kids now. Friendly agents are standing by to take your donation. And remember, you already know, Cars with a K. Donate your car today. 6-4 Dodgers trail. 46th appearance for Anthony Bonda. And it starts with a strike to William Contreras. Dodgers have blown 2 leads today, 3-0 and 4-3. They trail 6-4, in danger of being swept again at home. Swung on and chopped to short. Mookie Betts throws on the cut of the grass as he charges in. On the money to Miguel Rojas. That's out number 1. And yes, Miguel Rojas is at first base because Freddie Freeman was hit on his left wrist by a pitch that was in the bottom of the 6th. And he walked straight from the batter's box down to the tunnel and into the Dodgers clubhouse. A left wrist contusion was the official diagnosis in the game for the Dodgers. You hope and pray the post-game update is positive. Swing and a miss, strike 1 for Andrew Vaughn.
Good pitch right there by Bonda. Nice slider to Vaughn, knowing that he's aggressive.
The next pitch is a slider toward the back foot, not close to the zone, 1-1.
Try to come back right with it, see if he can get it again. Why not?
Vaughn today has reached all 4 times, 2 base hits and 2 walks. This was the guy the White Sox thought they had with the 3rd overall pick in 2019, but it really never materialized. Ball 2 outside from Bonda.
And it's different, right? When you're in different lineups, when you're in a White Sox lineup versus a Brewers lineup, you got different guys hitting around you, you're getting different pitches.
Yeah, just a change of scenery, right? It's a classic change of scenery. Strike 2 called on the inside corner. Another good slider from Bonda.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to say that, you want to be able to hit any lineup, but it can be harder depending on which lineup you're in. That's just the reality of it.
And he was a part of some White Sox lineups that were supposed to be good and then some ones that were decidedly bad. Push the fly ball to Teoscar Hernandez, who hardly has to move to make the catch for out number 2.
And, the Brewers, I don't think you can see it. They're not saying, hey, be less aggressive, right? Be the guy you are. Be the guy that you were the 3rd overall pick. And we're gonna run you out there and give you those chances.
They started him off in the minors after the trade, just trying to ease him into the organization. So now Vaughn takes his seat and Collins takes the bat to the plate. He's 1 for 4 with a 2-run single. That was the tie-breaking base hit in the 6th. It was a flare just beyond the infield off of Will Klein and dropped into shallow center. Scored 2, and then Vaughn was thrown out trying to head from 1st to 3rd. But the damage was done, a 6-4 lead, and that's the way the scoreboard still reads now. Bonda misses with ball 1, and even count on Collins.
I mean, that hit right there can be even more impressive than a home run, right? 3-2 pitch. He had a big situation, just fought it off. Line drive still.
Swung on and hit in the air, drifting foul. So that's strike 2.
But wasn't hit that hard, right? But when you're on the attack and you're ready to hit, yeah, you're not going to hit everything hard. But the guy throwing 99 miles an hour, you're going to take that every day.
Just out-muscled Klein there. Now Collins batting from the right side against the lefty Bonda. Bonda ahead 1-2 with the bases empty and 2 gone. Misses up and away with a fastball. In the bottom of the 9th, it'll be Hesung Kim, Tommy Edman, and Miguel Rojas. And the Dodgers figure to see Abner Uribe, right-hander. Collins to left field. Another 2-strike hit for Isaac Collins. Another hit for him against the Dodgers. 2-out knock continues the 9th.
You talk about locked in right now. I don't know if we talked about this last night or today, but I remember talking about him hitting with 2 strikes. This guy never feel like he's down.
He was a minor league Rule 5 selection. I mean, that's basically, end of the road. But he has worked his way to the big leagues, and he's become a big cog for the Brewers. Bunt laid down to 3rd. Edman charges and has to put it in his pocket. Caleb Durbin drops a bunt base hit to the left side. And Durbin is aboard, 1st and 2nd in the 9th now for Milwaukee.
I guarantee you there's a lot of people around the stadium, a lot of people watching this game, old school fans loving that, right? Third baseman playing back, drop down a bunt, you get Collins into scoring position.
Yep.
That's what the Brewers are doing. They're just doing all kind of things that a lot of other teams are not doing.
Correct.
And they're having success with it.
So Pat Murphy, the reigning manager of the year in the National League, looking on as his club tries to add some insurance runs in the 9th. 6-4, 2 on, 2 out. Now Blake Perkins takes strike 1.
I think that's what it is. I think Pat Murphy's trying to get manager of the year again, and we're going to talk about how all the little things the Brewers are doing.
Well, you got to be careful here because you're at the bottom of the Brewers' order, and I'm being serious. 10 of their 13 ribbies in this series have come between the 5 and 9 spots of their order. Bonda misses outside, 1-1.
Well, that bunt, it also, it sets him up, right, for a base hit because a lot of times you don't want to bunt if you don't trust the guy behind you. I don't know if he can bring this guy in with a base hit. They trust their players that are batting behind them.
That's you cannot measure how big that is. 1-1 / foul.
Because, I've been on teams where, I don't know if I bunted or someone else bunted, but they're like, hey, we don't want you bunting right there. We want you trying to get a hit or drive that guy in. That's saying, well, we don't really trust the guy maybe behind you, right? Or we're not sure what's going to happen. Not over here. They trust these guys.
A ball and 2 strikes. Bonda to Perkins. Misses high. Needs one more out to keep it a 2-run ball game. First and second, 2 down. On a 2-2 pitch. Perkins skies one to center field. Andy Pajes drifts back, still in front of the warning track. Plenty of room to spare. Makes the catch, and that is the final out of the top of the 9th inning. Now the bottom half. The Dodgers have 3 outs to get at least 2 runs. We'll be right back in the Dodgers Audio Network.
When you want Dodgers.
ScoreBoarder.com for details. Must be 21 or enter.
Flips it! Left field and deep! You're listening to LA Dodgers Baseball.
Forget about it!
On the world champion LA Dodgers Audio Network.
Needing a bottom of the ninth rally to avoid a third home sweep of the season and a 6th straight loss at home. The Brewers 3 outs away from sweeping the Dodgers for a second time this month. Abner Uribe, typically their 8th inning guy, has the ball for the 9th. Trevor McGill, back-to-back saves to start this series. So now Uribe, who has 1 save this year, will try for another. Ha-Seong Kim, Tommy Edman, and Miguel Rojas, the scheduled hitters for the Dodgers. They need 2. First pitch from Uribe. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Wouldn't be surprised if Will Smith is down there getting loose, getting ready for a chance.
Smith is indeed top step for the Dodgers. Has a helmet, has his bat. .64, bottom 9. The 0-1 from Uribe. A chopper to the right side. Kim on the run. It spins away from Uribe, and then he tags Kim. A perfect spot that he met him up the line. Kim was about 1.5 feet away from the bag, but Uribe focused enough to make that play.
Yeah, great angle right there by Uribe. Taking his time, too. Barehanding that ball. Wow. Really great play. Cutting him off. He knew he didn't have time, I think, to let it bounce one more time. I think that's why he picked it up with his hand right there. He knew Kim was going to be down the line. So that's a really good play.
So the Dodgers have 2 more outs left. Mound visit with Eric Haas and Uribe before Tommy Edman comes to the plate. Well, Edman wasn't able to parlay last night's success into today. He finished 2 for 2 last night. 2 for 4 in the game, but 2 hits in his last 2 plate appearances, including a home run. But today he's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He will bat from the left side against the right-handed Uribe. Will Smith is in the on-deck circle. 6-4 Brewers. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1.
Yeah, he's throwing hard. You know, we got to be in attack mode, though. You know, down 2 runs. They're trying to fill up the strike zone.
A ball, no strikes. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball. That is a fair ball down the line toward the right field corner. Edman is just going to hold on first as he knows the tying run is coming to the plate.
Yeah, as we talk about, right? 1-0 count. Be ready to hit. You know, be ready. Trust that you're going to get it done. That's why they put you up there. They're not putting you up there to walk. I love the aggressiveness right there. Good try by Vaughn, but you know, you gotta want the moment. You gotta want the situation.
You know who wants the moment? Will Smith comes to the plate as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 9th, representing the tying run, and he brings an 11-game on-base streak with him, batting .350 his last 11. Best batting average in the National League, the best on-base percentage as well. Uribe sets and deals. First pitch, Smith takes a swing and fouls back a fastball at 98.
I love it. I love it right there. Coming off the bench again like Conforto did. Getting that first pitch swing off.
Will Smith this year as a pinch hitter is 4 for 7. That ball is in the dirt. Evens the count up. 1 aside.
I think, too, when you're on the attack, you're actually even relaxed because you're like, okay, I'm seeing the ball. When you're thinking, or do I should I wait longer? You're putting too many thoughts into your head.
Will Smith twirls the bat twice toward Uribe, who sets on the first base side. Comes home with a 1-1 pitch. Hooks it outside, ball 2.
Yeah, good take right there. He braced, you know, on his front side right there. Will looks ready to do some damage.
1 on, 1 out. Dodgers trail by 2. The 2-1 pitch. Smith fouls it away toward the first base side. Count squares up. Smith digs back in, taps the plate. A twirl, a waggle, another twirl, and now we set. On a 2-2 pitch, Smith hits it on the ground, left side, diving stop by Ortiz. He's up and thrown to second to get Tommy Edman. Joey Ortiz, all-out dive to his right, keeps the tying run from getting on base. So now it's Smith on first and 2 out for Andy Pages.
I mean, when you got the arm sleeve on, the double chains, the eye black, the sunglasses, you can play defense. You have confidence in yourself, in your game. That was just a great play by Ortiz to get the force out.
So now Andy Pages, the Dodgers' last hope. 99 downstairs, ball 1. 6-4, the Brewers are on top. They are 1 out away from another sweep of the Dodgers. Smith off first. Pages at the plate. Takes a pitch, and it's a strike. 98 called for Uribe.
I mean, I'd like to see Smith take this base. They're giving it to him. You know, 'cause what did we just see? We just saw a great defensive play with the force out at second. Don't want to make it easy on him.
Uribe's 1-1 pitch to Pages. Ground ball bounding up the middle, and it squeezes through into center. This ball game's not over yet. A seeing eye, 2-out single for Andy Pages. Tying runs on base. Potential winning run at the plate with Michael Conforto. Chris Hook, the pitching coach, will come out for a mound visit. If you're Michael Conforto up there, Abner Uribe, upper 90s in the tank, one of the best relievers this year in the National League. You got no more wiggle room. You're the last out. What are you thinking?
I'm looking fastball right here. This guy's throwing high 90s. I want to be ready. And I think you can live with yourself with that. You know, a lot of times you get in situations like, what's he going to throw? If you're not sure, if you don't know a breaking ball's coming, why not look fastball? Why not be ready in this situation? The pitching coach is going out there right now to calm him down, probably saying, hey, we need strike one. You know, I mean, I love Michael Conforto, but he's probably saying, hey, attack this guy, right? You know, we don't need this inning to be extended. We don't want the tying run to get into scoring position. I'm not saying throw it down the middle, but I know the pitching coach is saying out there, hey, focus on your target, focus on the mitt, but throw strikes.
First and second, 2 outs, bottom 9. The Dodgers trail by 2. First pitch from Uribe is in the dirt. Ball 1.
Yeah, first pitch at 99. I mean, you're going to get it again. Be ready for it.
Michael Conforto trying to put his stamp on the 2025 season. Uribe's 1-0 pitch. Chop foul toward the Brewer dugout. Strike 1.
Good pitch right there, keeping it down. I like the aggressiveness by Conforto.
On a 1-1 pitch from Uribe, Conforto swings through, strike 2, 99 on the inner third.
Look just a little under it right there.
Dodgers down to their final strike. Tying runs on base in the bottom of the 9th. Here comes the 1-2. Inside, and the count squares up. Smith on second, Pages on first. The game rests with Michael Conforto. 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Conforto spoils it to stay alive. 99 at the bottom of the zone. We will see at least one more.
Yeah, Uribe's saying, hey, here's my fastball. Every pitch has been a fastball. He's like, hit it.
The deuce is wild. The Dodgers trail by 2. 2 runners on. 2 outs in the 9th. Still 2-2 on Conforto. The pitch is in the dirt. Ball 3. Finally went away from the hard stuff. Did Uribe, and he missed.
Yeah, I mean, he saw Conforto battling up there, fighting it off. Probably felt like he was on his fastball a bit. But guess what you got to do here? Got to come back with the fastball. Don't want to walk him. I wouldn't even mind Michael Conforto getting the bat head out there. Could maybe pull a ball to right center because he's throwing so hard.
Comes down to this payoff pitch. Low, ball 4. Load him up. Bases loaded for the rookie Dalton Rushing. James Outman will run for Michael Conforto on first base. The potential winning run on base for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 9th.
I love this spot right here for Dalton. He's got a slow heartbeat. He's built for these moments.
Uribe's first pitch. Rushing in front of it. Chops it foul off the front of the Brewer dugout. Strike 1.
See, you can tell. He's like, you know what? I want to swing. I want to win this game. I'm going to trust my swing. I'm going to trust that I can get a good pitch. Pitch was a little in.
Here's the pitch. Rushing with a tapper rolling to the left side. It spins away from Ortiz. Backhand throw across his body. They can't make the play. Smith comes home. Pajes is going to hold at third. This game is not over yet. The Dodgers are within 1. That had some serious side spin. It made the tough play even tougher and in fact impossible as Rushing reaches to continue the 9th.
Yeah, that ball had some funky spin on it. Rushing, hustling, getting down the line. Vaughn tried to stretch out there, I think, trying to create that out to make sure the umpire knew he was out there with his glove, just couldn't handle it.
So now it comes down to Mookie Betts. First pitch down and in, ball 1. Yesterday, on the bench to give him a breather. Today, back to the leadoff spot for the first time since last Father's Day. Dodgers down 6-5. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 9th. Drives a ball right center field, but it hangs up, and a line out to Perkins ends the game for Milwaukee. Mookie Betts put a great swing on it, hit it well, but hit it right at Perkins, and the Brewers come to Los Angeles and sweep the Dodgers. The Dodgers have now lost 6 consecutive home games. Their 9th inning rally falls short.
Oh, man, these are a rough 2 games for me. There's a lot going on. I just feel like the Dodgers, the bats came through at the end, had good at bats, put themselves in a position to win. This will be good for them going into the next series. And, Milwaukee just outplayed us from an overall perspective.
Now the Brewers now jump in front of the Dodgers in the National League standings. Jose Quintana gets his 7th win. Lou Trevino